Boom, 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 boom. Sorry about that, guys. For whatever reason, um, it was like YouTube didn't attach to my OBS setup, and it was trying to go through my capture card. I don't know what that's about, but should be fixed now. Nothing lost. Missouri's number 9. I got to update the title. Save. Let people roll in. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Is the other stream still going? Let me go fix that if it's the case. It should be ended. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason it tried to like attach to my capture card. I don't know why it did that this time. Let's delete that other stream. I understand it's permanent. I want it deleted. What's going on, T-Branch? I wanted to come on, though, because there's two things I wanted to talk about before the bowl game. Buzz was saying we made a defensive assistant hire, which is pretty interesting, so I was going to read that article. And then ESPN just broke an article about basically a company stealing footage or unauthorized access to film for college football games, which is pretty bizarre. What's going on, Ballard? Good to see you in here. Yeah, I'm going to read that article too. As we have people rolling in here, I'd really like to see a DC hired. I said in the video today, like, take as much time as you need to make the right hire, but don't hear that and think take as much time as you need, generally speaking. Definitely make the hire as quickly as possible. Just don't make a crap hire. I will say this, from everything I'm seeing from Key, like, recruiting is like the forefront. Like, if he doesn't feel like you can recruit, then you're not going to be hired. And I mean, we're bleeding defensive players. Like, every update we see is a defensive lineman or a linebacker hitting the transfer portal. Natty picks, do you trust Harbaugh to win a playoff game? I like Washington right now. So, they're probably my pick. Let me look at like the other bowls that are to be played. Clemson had a thriller today with Kentucky. I didn't get to watch it. I just heard Pete talking about it at the end of his watch party. Like, what an insane game with all the turnovers and just the way that ended up. So Washington will have to beat Texas. I think they can do that. Michigan, Alabama. And again, an ad plays when I try and look at this. If there was a vigilante that like was bent on destroying Disney, I would be all for it. Like, I don't have a problem with that, with ads, but now it'll like interrupt you, like on a web page, not like I'm watching a video or anything. It'll interrupt you on a web page. But looking at it, I would pick Washington over Texas. I'm probably going to pick Michigan over Bama. I know they beat Georgia. Michigan is a 2-point underdog. I just feel like Michigan wins that game, and then you have Michigan-Washington, and I think Washington wins. That's what I think happens. Texas is a 4-point underdog to Washington. I just think Penix Jr. is that good. And Washington is very upperclassman-laden. And there are a lot of kids that have played with each other for a while. It's kind of like it's not the same thing as like the NCAA March Madness tournament, but generally what you see, and it's the same in college football, like you have to be successful throughout the season, and then you really have to elevate your level of play and get hot at the end. I think Washington is, and in March Madness you see teams that are senior heavy that have played together a while tend to do really well. UGA wasn't shit this year. We knew the truth. That Orange Bowl, I don't know what to think about. Both teams have had a lot of players hit the portal, but Florida State's been like hit way harder with it. I mean, now that like their starting quarterback's out, the backup quarterback hit the portal on Christmas Day, which is dirty. That is so dirty. A bunch of their defensive starters have hit the portal. They're going to sue everybody. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on with that. But let's first let me look at this ESPN article. Like this literally just popped up. It said Catapult, NCAA investigating unauthorized access. I guess Catapult is a company, they deny a breach. Catapult, the company that handles video footage for college football programs, said on Friday that the NCAA is conducting an investigation into an allegation that an unnamed college football program gained unauthorized access to NCAA football video footage. In a statement provided to ESPN, Catapult Sports confirmed it has conducted an investigation into the allegation but did not find a breach of its system. The company said it's cooperating with local authorities conducting an investigation and the NCAA. We will continue to support the ongoing investigation with the NCAA and local authorities, the statement read. At Catapult, we had our blah, blah, blah. They didn't do anything wrong in their own minds. Catapult provides software for college football teams that is used to share practice film and video clips to coaches and for player study. Michigan, oh boy, how did I know Michigan was going to come up in this? A Michigan spokesperson said that Michigan is not the school being accused of the allegation. So someone's being accused of stealing video footage from this company that does that. And Michigan just like pops out of the corner and says, it's not us. We're not the unnamed one. Michigan shut down access to its cloud and video through Catapult in the beginning of November to prevent any unauthorized access to its film. So evidently, someone's saying they stole their footage, and Catapult saying they don't see a breach. What's going on, Buzz? You've changed your name to Ramblin' On. Good to see you. Good to have you in here. 2 $5 super chats. First one said, considering Simpson is being hired as defensive assistant, I think he will be the co-DC, and since he's a defensive line coach, Marco is gone. I'll have to read the article. Changed my name because all I do in my videos is ramble on, so Rambling On with Zach Jones fits well. Zach Jones is a good name. 2 single-syllable names. It's good. I like it. Let's read this article you sent. All right. Breaking. This is from Jackson Caudell. Jess Simpson or Georgia Tech hires new defensive assistant, Jess Simpson. We're hiring Jessica Simpson. That's going to be great for recruiting. That's going to be fantastic for recruiting. What's going on, Mike? Mojo's in the house. That would be a real shame if Marco Coleman is out. I don't know that that's what that means. We'll have to see. Jess Simpson has experience in the ACC at Duke and Miami. So it says Georgia Tech has hired a new defensive assistant. Former Duke defensive line coach and co-defensive coordinator Jess Simpson is going to be joining the Yellow Jacket staff in a role to be announced at a later date, according to Kelly Quinlan of Rivals. And then Kelly Quinlan has a tweet. Interesting slip I made there. Head coach Brent Key is starting to build out his defensive staff for 2024. Blah, blah, blah. He's added the guy. It says, while Simpson will be a part of the defensive staff, Brent Key has yet to find a defensive coordinator. That search remains ongoing. We did a video on that today. Check it out if you haven't. And I say up front, I don't know jack all about this. As far as who is a realistic hire for Tech, I have no idea. I think this is a strong hire for Key. Simpson was a fantastic high school head coach while he was at Buford for 11 years, 2005 to 2016. And if you've been living under a rock, Buford is the premier high school program in the state of Georgia. Even I think they're 2A, but still they recruit. I mean, that's where Dylan Raiola came from California because he was going to commit to Georgia, and then in the 11th hour, he went to Wisconsin or Nebraska. I always get them confused. Let's see. Simpson spent a year as a defensive assistant with the Atlanta Falcons before joining Mark Richt's staff at Miami in 2018. After a year with the Hurricanes, he returned to Atlanta to coach defensive line for 2 seasons before heading back to Miami for another year with the Hurricanes. After Manny Diaz was fired from Miami, Simpson joined Elko's staff at Duke, where he was the co-defensive coordinator and defensive line coach for the past 2 seasons. Simpson brings not just experience as a defensive coach, but as a recruiter in the state of Georgia, which is huge for Key. Yeah, if you notice that the hires that Key has made, especially with Georgia high school legends, they've all been really good. Like Tim McFarland, and then there was another guy that had just, if we can just somewhat recruit our state, pull 10% of the top talent out of the state, that will be a huge step up for us. Buzz with the $5 says it doesn't necessarily mean that, but I don't know why he would hire someone just to give them a co-DC job. Feels like he has to be over a specific position. That's probably why his specific role has not been named. I do think Marco Coleman is an effective recruiter. He was at Michigan State for the year he was there. Bill Stewart was the other guy. You're right. Could we move Marco Coleman to a off-the-field assistant, or could we have 2 defensive line coaches? I don't know. We had 2 defensive back coaches this year when we moved Thacker. Whether it was with Duke or Miami, Simpson has gotten production from the units he coaches, and Georgia Tech needs a huge step up from every level of its defense. Boy, is that the understatement of the century if it wants to improve. From his bio at Duke, it says in his first year in Durham, Simpson mentored All-American and All-ACC selection Dwayne Carter, who finished this year with 36 tackles, a team best 11 tackles for a loss. All right, yeah. He coached a really good guy. He gives his rankings, so he does have an impressive resume. The amount he played tight end at Auburn. He was an assistant at Marietta High School, and he was at Buford forever. He was a head coach at Paulding. He was the OC at Buford as well. Then he was the DC for a long time, from 99 to 04, and he was the head coach for a year. If that means that we get a preferential ear from the people at Buford, that's huge. And we've gone through all his other, he just came from Duke. I'll tell you, having someone out of Mike Elko, his defensive tree is big. I don't think we move on from Coleman. I think you're right. Who said he might move him to defensive end coach? PD Tech 91. I could be wrong. I just don't think we move on from Coleman. Does this mean we're hiring the guy from Duke as our defensive coordinator? Tyler Stantucci, is that his name? I just thought with him, and this is not just my thought. I mean, this is what a lot of people have said about Tyler Stantucci at Duke, is their success seems to be Mike Elko on defense, and Stantucci was in his tutelage. So I don't know. I just feel like there's a better hire to be made than that. But maybe making this hire means that we're going to pull their DC as well. I honestly think that's a possibility. Oh, with them being a defensive end coach, yeah. Could very well be. About 10 minutes to kick here. All I know, so we need a defensive back coach. We need a defensive coordinator. And what does this mean for Scher? Does he just move back to linebackers coach? I just got a comment about that. Let's see what Carsos says. You mentioned that Scher as linebackers was so bad that they wouldn't make him DC. I tend to agree, but Key's OL was pretty bad. Then he was promoted to head coach. A new scheme, OC hired. Well, look, it's not just that the linebacker play was bad. It was like the worst I've seen in a decade. And he got the opportunity like Key did. Like, basically, he was the interim DC, and we weren't really better under him. When Key took over as interim head coach, we were like night and day different. We were infinitely better when he took over day one. And nothing even remotely like that happened when Scher took over the defense. I think Scher will go back to linebackers coach. That's what his contract is, so I don't think it will it will change with the other hires. I don't know. I want to be better on defense. That's all I know. That's all I know. As far as this game, I don't know much about either one of these teams. What is Missouri's record? They're both one-loss teams. Because I think Missouri's only lost to Georgia, and Ohio State, their only loss is to Michigan, right? No, Missouri has 2 losses. Okay, Ohio State's a 5-point favorite. Over-under is 50.5. Big thing with this game, though, is McCord transfers to Syracuse. What is that about? Syracuse has got a few kids out of the portal. Do they have some coffer buried, some treasure trove buried in the backyard, like NIL money or something? I don't know. The O-line being bad was a Collins thing. That's true. That's absolutely true. What are they saying here? All right, 7:25 till kickoff. How are you guys doing? How was your Christmas? I know mine was good. In fact, let me go get my slick jersey on. That thing looks awesome. Let's do the thing. By the way, my I forgot my headset. What am I doing? What am I doing? So my ex-wife hates this toboggan more than anything in the world for some reason. And I think it looks fantastic. She doesn't like this little ball on top of it. She's like, you look like a Georgia Tech South Park character. And I'm like, that's like the greatest compliment I've ever received. I don't know why you have a problem with it. A Georgia Tech South Park character would be great. Like after the Bowling Green loss, screw you guys, I'm going home. Okay? I'm going over here. She often said things that she thought was an insult to me, but I'm like, I'm really proud of myself if that's what you think. You know what else women are good at? Apologizing without apologizing, and what they'll say is like, if I did that, I don't remember saying that, but if I said that, I'm sorry. Which is the worst apology ever. It's called gaslighting, and I'm learning. I'm learning well. But how was you guys' Christmas? I had a good one. You see, I got my new streaming chair, jersey, and some other stuff. Santa was good. Amazing. Glad to hear it, Ethan. Ethan 13. Ready to rumble. Oh, man. Ready for some Cotton Bowl. Because we're about to be sad. Because there's, tech season is over, which is sad enough, even though it ended on such an exciting note. But, the national title game is a week from Monday? And there'll be no more college football. Hope Key can find some big guys to play defense, otherwise it's going to be a long year. I'm saying, that's like, and I keep saying it, and I'm going to say it until something happens to make me think it's not true. As of right now, what makes you think Georgia Tech's defense is going to be any better next year? And what I really wish I could know is how many of these people who are transferring are being forced out to make room, how many of it's grades, and how many of them are they want to leave Tech. Because that would give me a much better idea. What happened to Dallas? He said he was staying. He entered the portal. Yeah, he said he was staying. He's in the portal now. And look, maybe he'll pull a Jamie Felix, and he graduated, so he can transfer. Jamie Felix said, "Nah, actually, I was just kidding. Just kidding, guys. All Georgia Tech needs is a decent defense. Hope this hire stops the bleeding on the D-line." Me too, but if you don't have the personnel, it doesn't really matter who's your coach. You put me on the defensive line or a bunch of people like me, and we're going to suck. And that's how I knew. There was a time, it might have been last preseason, when I was like, I'm bigger than a lot of our defensive linemen. And that is not good. And it was true. Ole Miss. You think that Dallas is going to Ole Miss? Let's take a look at that. Cody says, I hope Bama beats Michigan. That's probably the toughest game to pick right now. Is Bama, Michigan. Like I said, I know Alabama beat Georgia, and that was a big win, but I still think Alabama's got problems. And Michigan's defense is pretty dang good. And Alabama's problems are offensive. That's true. Mike says I'd bet on St. Nick. Nick Saban, I don't even think it's arguable. People have tried to argue this with me, that Nick Saban's the greatest college football coach of all time. How could anyone argue that that's not the case? I don't know what's wrong with people. How do I look at? I just want to look at the portal. See if these guys have found landing spots. Yeah, by every metric, absolutely. Multiple, like 7 natties at 2 different schools. I mean, what else would he have to do to prove to you he's the best? People might bring up Bear Bryant, but Bear Bryant, would not be as successful in today's college football, because when he coached, there was like no scholarship cap. You just sign as many guys as you wanted. Will FSU have enough players to put a team on the field against Georgia? That's actually a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Why can't I just look at the portal? I just want to look at the portal. Transfer portal. Jack Barton, that's a guy I couldn't remember his name. He's listed as an 81. Dallas is not listed. So we've got Dallas, KJ Wallace, Ternelius Tatum. Those are 3 starters right there. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Hold on. Yeah, I can do that. I ought to just put it in the description. I'll put it in the chat. But I do have to warn you, it's a slightly different version of me. Here's a link to the first video I did on that other channel. But yeah, definitely go check it out if you're interested. Bear has one less championship. He coached forever. Saban was crazy consistent and practically Yoda in press conferences. Certainly F. Hutton on the podium. For sure. If Michigan doesn't deserve to win, then Bama doesn't, because ESPN bought Bama's spot. Buzz with the $5. Appreciate it, man. Says, I'm kind of scared. We have the 6th hardest schedule in the country in next year. And if we don't see some big things in the spring, we're dead. Yeah, I mean, we could go with a 4-win season if we don't get this offseason right. I mean, that's facts. Why do they never start these games on time? It's my biggest pet peeve in life, is being late. I literally feel sick to my stomach if I'm late somewhere. That's one of the things I'm happiest about being single. I'm never late. I'm never late. At least Alabama doesn't steal signs like Michigan does. I'll be honest with you, man. That's really not a big deal to me, though. Like, I've said this before on the channel. If you can play a team, get their signs, and then call who they play next and tell them what their signs are, like, I don't see what the big deal is. I know it's against the rules. It's another thing that just seems to be selectively enforced for whatever reason. Why does Georgia Tech schedule Notre Dame when you already have Georgia? Well, I'm sure they have to schedule them, because Notre Dame gets to do this nonsense where they get all the benefits of being in the ACC without being in the ACC. And I think that's the stupidest thing ever. That's like being in an open relationship. Like, yeah, sweetheart, I don't care if you find the biggest swinging dick dude out there, but we're still in a relationship somehow. That's Notre Dame in the ACC. Did you see where Bama players said they can't use the tables because Michigan will be looking, or the tablets? When did I become dyslexic? All right, Missouri's coming on the field. Sign stealing is a common practice throughout sports. Michigan just got caught. Wake up. I mean, that's kind of my thoughts on it. To me, someone should not be able to steal your signs, or if they have your signs, it should not matter. Like, don't you always have like 4 signal callers and you don't know who's the real signal caller? And I'm sure you change up who has the true sign, every so often. It shouldn't even be an advantage to you. C-Dog brought this up. That's why Ohio State losing to them is so embarrassing, because like there were so many I's, like they had to cross their I's, dot their T's, and they still beat Ohio State. I shouldn't feel this way, but I kind of rooting for Missouri. I know they're an SEC team, but I like Derkowitz. As silly as he is from time to time. Is this the We Stand on Business Bowl if Missouri wins? I still don't understand 100% what the hell that means. How is Michigan getting off easy? What should have happened to them? Harbaugh got a 3-game suspension. Dogs by 50, literally. They probably will. I mean, Florida State, someone asked earlier, like, are they going to even have enough players to play? And I'm like, I don't know. So what should the punishment to Michigan be? And I'll tell you, part of that is they wanted to do something, but they didn't want to get sued by Michigan. That's probably why the punishment was what it was. If it was more strict than that, then Michigan probably would have sued them. And everybody in college football has sued the NCAA at one point or another. Jim should be suspended for the year. Look, I don't understand the NCAA. I think they should just go away and dissolve it. I mean, there's no consistency into how they enforce things anyway. Ryan Day is trash. Ryan Day, like, what was it? They beat Notre Dame, and the first thing he wants to say after they beat Notre Dame is call out Lou Holtz. Who cares what Lou Holtz thinks? Like, Lou Holtz is a geriatric dementia patient. Like, why would that be the first thing you thought of when you got a big win? Like, I don't understand that with Ryan Day. Will Missouri be a playoff contender next season? They could be with a 12-team playoff, yeah, for sure. I don't know what they're losing this year and what their recruiting class looks like and what their portal class looks like. That guy spends $50K a year for beard maintenance. He definitely dyes his beard and hair. It does not look good. And guys, if you don't listen to anything else I say, listen to this. Never dye your hair as a guy. Never do that. It never looks good. And that guy has money that we can only dream of, and he looks like that. So it's not a good idea. Colorado winning the Natty next year? No. Colorado won't even win their conference or make the 12-team playoff next year. You think Colorado will have a good defense and then demote their defensive coordinator? You Colorado guys are out of your minds. What did Colorado finish this year? 4 wins? Yeah, that Colorado looks too good, man. They look elite. I was born in Colorado, 13-0. Yeah. Get out of here, dude. You're not for real. I'm not responding to anything else you say. All right, here we go. Man, Missouri has Refrigerator Perry kicking off for him. I remember this from when they played Georgia. All right, here we go. And here we go. Be a touchback. Ohio State will get the ball first. Buzz with the $5. Appreciate it. Says, we face 5 teams that will finish this year ranked: FSU, UGA, Notre Dame, NC State, and Louisville. 2 teams that were ranked at one point, UNC and Miami. Yeah, I said this today. Like, we got a much tougher schedule next year. It is what it is. Like, I don't want an easy schedule. I want to beat good teams. It's like Ric Flair said, to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's what I want to do. All right. Ohio State will hand it off, and he gets stuck. About 2-yard loss. All right. His name's Beavis, their Missouri's kicker. Oh, I'm going to kick this ball off, Beavis. Be 2nd and 12 for Ohio State. Every team does this where they motion every player on their entire offense, except for their offensive line. They're going to throw. It's a screen, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 12. So, 14-17 to go. We just started here. But Ohio State has a new quarterback. Score prediction, I've got no idea, dude. I haven't watched a single Ohio State game this year, and I've watched 1 Missouri game this year. I'd pick Missouri, though. I'll take Missouri on the money line. All right, Ohio State's going to throw. Ton of pressure. He gets out of it. Throws it downfield. Incomplete. They'll go 3 and out. Is their quarterback wearing 33 or 13? He's wearing 33. What kind of jackass quarterback wears the number 33? This ain't 1960, dude. Yep. They kind of stunted a blitz with their linebacker, and he came by untouched, threw it out of bounds. What's the over-under on this game? I can't see it anymore. I don't know. Missouri 41, Ohio State 35. Or, yeah, 41-35. Missouri. Maybe he's Master Mason. Explain the issue with 33 to me like I'm 5. Well, generally speaking, quarterbacks have a number less than 20. Flag. Delay a game. Missouri 42, Ohio State 35. That's what CJ's saying. Yeah, it just looks weird when you see certain position groups. It still looks weird to me when I see a defensive lineman wearing like the number 4. All right, 4th and 17 now. Ohio State going to punt. Gets it off. They're going to not touch it. Get Ohio State bounce out of it. They'll pin them inside the 30 here. So that'll work for Ohio State. Did you and Santa get Little Wreck that playhouse she wanted? She got a dollhouse that is so tall. And my daughter's tiny. She did not get my size. She's like in the 20th percentile of like weight and height. And she has to get like a stool to reach the top floor of this dollhouse. All right, 1st and 10 for Missouri. Hand it off tackle. Good gain, about 5-yard pickup. He's doing a big number to like earn the starting job since it's his first game. Whether you play or not, if you're a quarterback, you generally have a number less than 20, though. It's not like you have to earn a less than 20 number. All right, Missouri, they're going to throw, gets out of trouble. Their quarterback takes off, gets the first down and way more. Picks up about 20. Missouri's coming out the gate hot. Here comes the hot stuff. Position groups were assigned number ranges in the past. It used to make sense based on the number you knew regardless of where the player lined up. Thank you. Why can't we go back to that? All right, they're going to play action. Missouri going to throw. They dump it off. Minimal gain. The other thing, the number one thing that irritates me with like numbers and how they're done is that you can have the same number, but 2 players wear it. Like an offensive player wears the number 3, and then you have a defensive number 3. And then I don't know on special teams who's who. 2nd and 9 for Missouri. They'll hand it off tackle again. Gets a yard, maybe. It's going to be about 3rd and 8. All right, 3rd and 8 for Missouri. They're going to throw. Throws it way downfield to no one. There wasn't a guy within 10 yards of where he threw that ball. So back-to-back 3 and outs to start the Cotton Bowl. I thought Dirk stood on business, man. What is this? You know, I feel like he's standing on something else. Ohio State by 50. Just every 3 and out, you go the other team by 50. All right, Missouri will punt. Gets it off. Fair catch. Pretty good punt. Looks like it goes out about the 11. All right, well, 12-11 to go in the first. Not much to talk about yet. All right, let me get some more water. What's going on, Kayan? All right. What other bowl games we got coming up? Memphis won the, Liberty Bowl, 36-26 over Ohio State. Notre Dame absolutely murdered Oregon State today, 40-8. Kentucky with the thrilling win, or Clemson with the thrilling win over Kentucky. Well, might not be as high scoring as I thought it was going to be. I do know Ohio State has a pretty, not a pretty good defense. They have a really good defense. Gotta love all these advertisements. The world is run by advertisers, lawyers and advertisers. So if you're in high school or in college, major in law or marketing, you'll always have a job. If you're going to major in law, I would be a divorce attorney. People are always going to find a way to hate each other. You doing a stream tomorrow for FSU and some other team they're playing? Probably. I'll probably do that. What time? What time is it? It's got to be prime time. It's got to be 8. All right, Ohio State will come back out. Oh, they're on their own 10. All right. They'll hand it off up the middle, pick up about 3 or 4. So Devin Brown, their quarterback, 6'3", 215. He was the number 4 pocket passer in the 22 class. They say he's like Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina. Strong arm, dual threat. And they say competitive. I mean, if you're a Division I player, who isn't competitive? What's going on, Mike? All right, Ohio State going to throw. Complete. Should be a first down. Yep, be a first down Ohio State. So this kid, Brown, will get his first completion of the night. That'll probably do well for him. Get that first completion out of the way. Start rolling. Oh, this is why he wears 33. His dad or grandpa or somebody wore 33 back in 1947. All right, Ohio State will play fake, throw, complete again. Be about a 7-yard pickup. Well, no, be an 8-yard pickup. Ohio State by 20. Is that like 20 and between 20 and 50? 2nd and 2 for Ohio State. All right, Brown's getting in a groove here. They're coming out in a offset I. They'll hand it off. Oh, big run. About a 20-yard run for him there. Travion Henderson breaks off the run. Whole SEC coming out of the woods to back Mizzou for the first time in almost a decade, if ever. You know, they said before the game Missouri's never been to a New Year's Six Bowl, which is seems like it can't be true, but if they say it, it must. They know more than I do. All right, 10 minutes to go in the first. Ohio State getting a little something going. Ohio State will come out in a shotgun now. 1st and 10, they'll hand it off. Not much going. He might get a yard, if anything. Buzz with a $2 says, Rec, opinions on players that wear 14, bum number. 14's the greatest number. It's the greatest number that you can wear. If I was a coach, you'd have to be the most badass dude on the team to wear 14. Second and 11 for Ohio State. It's going to be a flag. Tried to hand it off. Seems like a false start. Yep. False start, so it'll be 2nd and 15, 2nd and 16. So that's 2 penalties against Ohio State early here. Be 2nd and 16, so they're going. You'd think they got to throw here. Oh, they got their right guard with his first start of the year in the Cotton Bowl. See how that. Look at the right side of this line. See how it does. Throw it quick, and it's blown up. It's going to be 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 16. All right. What do you call here? It seems like Missouri's been bringing a lot of pressure. That's why they're trying to run a lot of screens. I don't know. You don't play fake here. I don't know what the commentators are thinking. They're in a cover 3 look. How about a seam on the slot there? Try and throw it quick. Another flag. And that was from the left tackle. Wow, it's going to be like 3rd and 20 something. Can anyone tell me what a Buckeye is? What is a Buckeye? Is it a bug? Why would you be proud of it enough to put it on your helmet and make it your mascot? What's going on, TK? All right, 3rd and 20 for Ohio State. They're going to no, play fake. He's rolling to his left. Doesn't have anything. He's just going to run it out of bounds. I see someone on the sideline look like they got sniped. It's a worthless nut. Why would you make a worthless nut your mascot, though? That seems silly. All right, so Ohio State ought to punt 4th and 21. So that's the 3rd straight 3 and out we've seen thus far in the game. It's a defensive battle. Ohio State will get the punt off. Ooh. The returner lost it, and now it's going to roll all the way back to the 10. Buzz with the $2 says, the quarterback sucks. Disgrace to his dad for wearing 33. It's cold. It's cold here, too. I love it. I love how cold it is right now. That's why I got my nifty toboggan on. Well, you think eventually someone's going to have to break out on offense here. Because if this ends up being a defensive battle, that's not what the playoff committee likes. That's not what ESPN likes. They don't deserve to play in the bowl game if it's not an offensive display. You think ESPN's on the sideline, like trying to literally break some defensive players' legs to get some offense rolling here, get more people watching? So a Buckeye is a nut. That's interesting. Let me do a little search here. What does Wikipedia say a Buckeye is? Ohio.gov. What is a Buckeye? The Buckeye tree is native to North America. The nut gives the tree its name because it's dark brown with a light spot, resembling the shape and the color of a deer's eye. The Buckeye was named the state tree in '53. Yeah, man. Like when you pick your mascot, just go out and be like, oh, that's a cool leaf. That'll be our mascot. That blade of grass would be a good runner-up for our mascot. I mean, at least the Tigers from Missouri, like that's fearsome. Who's afraid of a nut? I just step on it and break it. Buzz Latiler says, yes, I'm the hammer. I just made contact with a DL. What are you talking about? Oh, I thought those were Legos. So the things behind me, I thought those were like made out of Legos, but they're made out of tires. Interesante. I know a lot of people don't like Ohio State. I've never had a problem with their fans. But we never play Ohio State. Yeah, same with Syracuse. Why would you? Oh, let's be the Oranges. That's to be feared. All right, Missouri's going to come back out here in a pistol set. 1st and 10, they'll hand it off up the middle. Pretty good hole. He'll pick up about 7. Cody Schrader, I guess he's a pretty good back for them. He was 8th in Heisman voting. Was a walk-on. I always like to see that walk-on. You know, like it makes me think of Joe Fusel that comes in, earns a spot, and balls out. 2nd and 4 for Missouri. They're in an empty backfield. They fake the hitch pass, and he takes off running, and he is blown up. Man, number 10 for Ohio State came downfield and like he was shot out of a cannon there. Man. That was something else. 3rd and 3 for Missouri. All right, they got trips. They got trips here to the wide side of the field. Looks like he wasn't ready for the snap. Almost gets sacked. Has to throw it away. Should get intentional grounding, maybe. Seems like that should be intentional grounding to me. It's always weird to me when something like that happens, and then everyone's like, that's the most obvious thing ever, and like 10 seconds after the play, they throw the flag. Why couldn't... You saw the same thing we did. Yeah, he's 100% in the pocket. That's 1,000% intentional grounding. Syracuse is called the Orange because their students wanted a color as bright or bold as they are. Some bum origin story. Yeah, that sounds really dumb. That sounds like something I would come up with when I'm high. All right, they're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. They get it off. Looks like a pretty good punt. They're going to fair catch it right on the 47. So Ohio State will get it at their own 47 here. Four straight 3-and-outs we've seen in this game. ESPN is crapping their pants right now. There's no offense. There's no offense. Is it your birthday, CJ? No, there's nothing wrong with getting a little high. I probably wouldn't pick a mascot when I'm high, though. I'm just saying that sounds like something someone would come up when they're high. Buckeye or orange. Hey, man, you know what would be, like, cool? I was outside, and there's, like, an orange tree, man. It was crazy, man. It was bright. I think that should be, like, our mascot, man. That has to be how it happened. And then it obviously proceeded with, what is reality, man? Who knows? Are you real? Did I create you in, like, my mind? Well, happy birthday, CJ. Happy birthday, buddy. How old are you? Nothing wrong with the defense getting a little gory. I absolutely agree, but it will leave you out of the playoffs. Jeff Goldblum's on this ad. How old is Jeff Goldblum? He's got to be like 70, right? Life finds a way. All right, we'll see if Missouri can mount some offense here and get on the board. It is easier on me. I haven't had to update the score, so I really shouldn't be complaining. Cheech and Chong 100% went to Syracuse. The Chong guy got in trouble for like drug paraphernalia or something. He was. It seemed really Mickey Mouse. He's 71. I hope I look that good when I'm 71. That will be a victory for me. A quarter century old. So 25? Nice. You phrase that like it's really old, though. Bama is the only team in the playoffs with a college football playoff win. That's interesting. So Texas, no. Washington, no. Michigan. Ben never won one. Cheech and Chong up in smoke was great, though. All right, Ohio State comes out under center. They'll hand a little toss sweep. Oh, Henderson breaks. He runs over his own player. Dang. Well, wait till you get into your 30s, man. Yeah, he definitely pushed his own wide receiver to the ground. All right. Michigan lost to a bum-ass TCU. They did. Offset eye for Ohio State. And they'll run it again. Right off tackle. Man, this Henderson kid is the real deal. Picks up about 7. Took a shot there, though. A little bit slower getting up. (1956). That was 10 years before we landed on the moon. Right? I know history. I know stuff. No, it was 13 years. We landed on the moon in 69. Ohio State's going to come out, quarterback draw and eaten up. They lost about 5. I don't feel like a child. Like, I wake up some mornings and I'm like, I feel like I'm on a decline. It's not great. Man, Brown looks gimpy. He is gimpy. Ooh, 3rd and 7. Ohio State's quarterback looks a little bit injured. Throws complete and short. This is a possible targeting, though. I have to see the... they don't throw a flag. We'll have to see the replay. He's short. It'll be 4th, though. Yeah, throws across the middle and levels the guy. Let's see. He hits him shoulder right into the helmet. Okay. Oh, man, their quarterback is hurt. They call a timeout, it looks like. They were going to go for it 4th and 3 there. They're going to have to go to their 3rd-string quarterback. This is insane. The drama is building. He looks like me after I tried to run the 40 at the Slav Olympics, and that's a bad place to be. That's when you know something went terribly wrong. What's going on, Tobias? Good to see you, buddy. All right. So, Ohio State tried to go for it 4th and 3 there. They tried to run a wildcat where they motioned their quarterback out as a wide receiver, but they didn't realize his leg doesn't work. So they have to call a timeout. See if they still go for it here. Hope Mizzou gets the dub. I kind of do too. What's going on, Todd? How are you doing, sir? Georgia Tech UNC would have been a hell of a bowl game. The Mac Brown bend-over classic. North Carolina doesn't want that smoke. They don't want it. Is North Carolina the most disappointing team in the country? Because they don't have a lack of talent. Like, they have first-round quarterback talent every year. They completely screw it up. They just absolutely shit the bed in the second half of every season. And how old is Mac Brown now? Like 190? To hell with the SEC, go Buckeyes. I mean, that's fair. UNC was missing half of their players at least. Well, they play every game like they're missing half of their players, though. So I don't really think it affected them that much. Had we played in the Birmingham Bowl, I'm pretty sure we would have won against Troy. We looked good. Here's my thing with Tech, though, is did it not seem like we were hesitant or afraid to throw the ball in, like, the last 5 games of the season? That kind of concerns me. And I know what you'll say, like, well, our running attack was so strong. It just seemed like it was more than that. Ooh. So it looks like their quarterback's left foot got stuck in the turf, and it got twisted a little. So Ohio State's going to go for the field goal here. Be a 44-yarder. It looks good to me. Man, he could have made that from 60. He nailed that thing right down the middle of the upright. We were very hesitant. I think it was more to do with the run game finding their legs, though. That has something to do with it, but it seemed like we were afraid if we threw, we were going to turn the ball over. Definitely took a step back on passing. It also felt like the wide receivers were taking a step back. I agree with that. I'd agree with that. Man, I kind of feel bad for Ohio State. I mean, and I feel bad for that kid, you know, like, you're the guy, you've been the backup the whole season, you're the guy in a New Year's Six bowl, and then a kind of a freak occurrence takes you out of the game. He's jogging on the sideline, but he looks bad. He's probably not going to be able to come back in. Oh, I need to update the score. All right, 3-0. 3:12 to go in the first. And Ohio State will kick it off. Oh, and it's like a knuckle ball. Oh, Missouri tries to field it. Gets away from him. He'll just down it. Take a knee. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. If it was, it worked. I haven't told you guys this, but I have pretty bad heartburn. So I need to get some antacids. Now, these are the knockoff. I got it in my stocking this year. It don't even have a name. Certified Plus. Missouri will come out in empty set. They're going to motion a wide receiver to the wide side. Throw complete. Picks up about 5. This stuff is impossible for me to get off. Flag. What's the flag? Must be on Missouri. Derkowitz looking like, what the hell? They're taking a long time to talk about this, though. Are they going to pick this up? Yeah, the 16 picks probably had something to do with it. You're right. A lot of boos coming now. I'm eating these things like they're M&Ms, man. Let's see what we got. An eligible player downfield. Let's see this replay. I want Mojo's opinion on this. They don't know that Missouri stands on business. You don't throw that flag against someone who stands on business. That is a horrible call, I think. That's a BS call, I think. You need a pocket knife to get those glue tops? You're absolutely right. 1st and 15 for Missouri now. Go 2-back set. They're going to throw a little curl route. He got lambasted, but pretty good. They get back to about a 2nd and 9. 2:27 to go in the first. Schrader gets a hole, brings him to about 3rd and 3 now. That Schrader kid is a hard-nosed runner, buddy. I mean, I can hear the contact in my headset. I'm like, golly. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 now with 2 minutes to go for Missouri. Only scoring we've seen is a Ohio State field goal on the last drive. All right, let's see what Missouri can do. I think you run the ball here. They're not. They're going to throw. Oh, and he sidesteps the blitz, gets out, picks up about, 13 yards. Headsy play by Cook there. I mean, they had a guy, defensive lineman, come in. He just sidestepped him and took off. Maybe it was covered up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what they saw there. All right, so Missouri converts here. They come back out in that pistol look. 1st and 10. They'll run it up the middle. Pick up about 5. That's a first-round running back. Is he? I'll say this. Maybe it's unrelated. 2003 was the last time a white cornerback started in the NFL. Just unrelated point. 2nd and 5 for Missouri. They'll play fake. Gives a little pump fake. Rolls out of the pocket. Doesn't see anything. Just has to throw it away. It'll be 3rd and 5. Man, Ohio State's really bringing a lot of pressure. All right, 3rd and 5 for Missouri. They'll come out with a 2-back set and motion one of them out. They'll throw. Got some time. Looks like that might have been tipped incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5. This might sound weird, guys, but Derkowitz looks like a guy that you can look at his face and you're like, he looked probably just like that when he was 3, too. Like some people's, the way they look in their face doesn't change much from the time they're a child to an adult, and that's what I think of Derkowitz. Missouri will have to punt. They will get the punt off. Ohio State waits for the fair catch. gets them down all the way to probably the 7. Do you think there'll be a quarterback battle, or is King the starter, barring injury? King's the starter. King's the starter, yeah. They're competing, but King will be the starter next year. I think there's like a 0% likelihood King's not the starter next year, unless something weird happens, like you said. Man, they bring out Brown again, hobbling. So if you're Missouri, you've got to bring a ton of pressure now. You got a gimped up quarterback out there who's not going to be able to roll out of the pocket. And they do bring pressure. They hand it off. Ohio State gets a loss of about a yard there. This is going to be a low-scoring game, I'm saying. And that'll be the end of the first. All right, so at the end of the first, Ohio State 3, Missouri zip. Should I order a pizza? I feel like I need to order a pizza. There's literally a pizza place like 20 yards that way. Where's my phone? It's right in front of me. Does Pyron stay? It looks like it. If he wasn't, he would have entered the portal by now, you would think. Let's order us a pizza.
To ensure the high level of customer service, this call may be recorded.
You can hear me. We'll order this pizza together.
Hello, and thank you for calling Blue Moon Pizza in Smyrna. We're located at 4600.
Hi, thank you for calling Blue Moon Pizza off Lane Road. How may I help you?
Yeah, I need to put in an order for pickup.
All right, can you get a phone number from me?
Hold on one second. Yeah, 678-951-3094. Yes. Can I just get like the 12-inch personal pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
All right, anything else for you?
That'll be it.
All right, you total the $16.94. They'll be in about 20-25 minutes.
All right, thank you. I forgot, like, they ask you for your phone number. It's like the number I'm calling you on. I'm live on the internet. I can't be telling people my phone number and stuff. And then they like repeat your name to you. That was a horrible idea. Why in the world did I think that would be a good idea to do live on stream? Does pineapple go on pizza? Do oranges go on pizza? Do apples go on pizza? Does any fruit go on pizza? No. I don't trust people that put pineapple on their pizza. And I feel like Key said he puts pineapple on his pizza, didn't he? It's weird, man. Why would you do that? Why would you take something that's good on its own? This is like why I don't understand condiments generally either. Like, if a steak is good, you don't need steak sauce. You just eat the steak. Fries are good by themselves. You don't need sugar, tomato, vinegar. You can always mute yourself. Why didn't I think of that? I could have done that. A smarter YouTuber would have done that. They said 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, guys. So, y'all need to remind me, 20 minutes, 25 minutes would be what? 9:03, 9:13, 9:18. At 9:18, remind me to go get my pizza, please. Dude, the bacon they got at this place, too, make you go 6 to midnight. Dude, that set the channel back 3 years? What are you talking about? Saying that pineapple? If pineapple goes on pizza, then why don't you get orange on pizza? So Ohio State's going to run the Wildcat. They get a pretty good gain. That's 6 yards. No one can answer that question, by the way. Tomato is like a fake fruit. It's a poser fruit. No one would eat a tomato by itself. Like, you wouldn't eat a tomato like an orange. What's wrong with you people? 3rd and 4 for Ohio State. They're going to throw. Oh, and they take a sack, a massive hit on their quarterback. Massive blindside hit on Brown. That'll bring up 4th down. Johnny Walker Jr. absolutely beat that guy. So Brown takes the hit with the sack, and then his own offensive lineman's fat ass falls on his helmet. This kid cannot catch a break. Let's go Texas Longhorns all the way. All right, so Ohio State is again going to have to punt out of their own end zone. 4th and 11 here. Tomatoes are eaten like apples? What kind of animal does that? Ohio State will get the punt off. And Missouri will get it. Similar field position to when Ohio State hit their field goal right around the 47-yard line. You eat tomatoes like apples. Bruh. Am I the crazy one here? I feel like y'all are gaslighting me. I feel like I'm being gaslit right now, like I'm a pilot light. You eat tomatoes like apples. You know what? I want to prove a point. We're going to take a poll. I don't even know how to spell tomato. I'm going to have to copy it out of the chat. I'm going to trust that you know how to spell it. Do you eat tomatoes like apples? Because I want to know. Am I the crazy one here? Is there something wrong with me? I'll tell you what else. I don't trust. People that put salt on watermelon. That's a mistake every time. Salted tomatoes are peak. You know, I might be the crazy one because I am probably the pickiest eater I know. Buzz with the $5 says, hold my beer, I'm going in. I'm the savior of Ohio State. I'm 19, have a dad bod, nowhere in shape, and can only throw a football 40 yards. Well, that's a long way, man. Do you realize how long throwing a football 40 yards is? On a good day, you might need to get in there. I've met you, and you are not crazy. I feel like if you went out with most people and you just picked up a tomato and took a bite out of it like it was an apple, they would look at you strange. That's my take. I hate to be seen disagreeing with you, but I love pineapple on pizza. Then answer me why you don't put apples on pizza or oranges. I don't understand it. Are they saying he fumbled this ball? Anyways, 1st and 10 for Missouri from their own 47. They'll hand it off. Pretty good hole. Pick up about 5. All right, 13:06 to go in the second quarter. Be 2nd and 5 for Missouri here. Missouri needs to at least get a field goal and tie this game up. Getting dunced in a quarter is kind of embarrassing. Missouri will hand it off again, and Ohio State got a ton of push up front. He might have got, 2 or 3 yards there. Who puts mayo on a hot dog? You get guys. Who puts mayo on anything? That's the real question. 3rd and 2 for Missouri. They need to convert this. Cook is telling his guys to move. And it'll be a quarterback draw. Not much. He's going to be short by about 2 yards. Orlando, appreciate the 5, man. Did you mean to say something? I'll read it if you type it. I've made that mistake before. Appreciate the 5. Spicy mayo is good. Get out of here, dude. If there's got to be a fight, there's got to be a fight. Mayo's gross. 4th and 1. Missouri's going to go for it. Oh, they fake the toss sweep. Quarterback goes up the field, picks up about 10. We've seen Tech run this play effectively. Good play call. Appreciate the super, Orlando. Looks like that's the first one you've done on live stream. You the man. The French and Germans put mayo on French fries. My last name's German, and I'll tell you, German food is some of the most disgusting food you can eat. 1st and 10, Missouri. Play fake. Sack. Man. Ohio State's defensive line looks really, really good. They're pushing their guys a yard and a half off the ball, it seems like, every time. Brown's been taken into the locker room. 33 gone, yeah. Let's close the poll. 42% of you eat... You guys are not being serious. 42% of you eat tomatoes like an apple. 2nd and 13 for Missouri. Play fake. Throws a quick hitch. And they're going to take about a yard loss on it. It'll be 3rd and 14. Mayo inside Hot Pockets. Can't you not get mayonnaise hot? Like, isn't that... Best pizza is ham jalapeno pineapple. Jalapeno, Ricky. Jalapeno. 3rd and 14 for Missouri. Not jalapeno. Oh, Cook sacked again. Took a shot, too. Back-to-back sacks for Ohio State. Their defense is rolling. Buzz with the $5 says, breaking news, Jeff Collins and Kirby Smart spotted in Athens making love on a bench press set. Will we see UGA players lifting weights? Here's the thing, and I hate to admit it, we know who is on the bottom of that bench set, though. I don't have to say it, but we all know. 4th and 17. Missouri's going to have to punt. Man. They'll get it off. Ohio State with the fair catch on the 5. Why would you field that? Wouldn't you just let it go? All right, it's pee break time. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Boom, boom, ba-doo. Oh, man. 3-point game. You're supposed to put it on mute? Nah, man. That's the stream tradition now. We established that during the bowl game. The last time that I peed on stream, and I didn't cut the sound off, we won our first bowl in 7 years. That's what it's going to be. That's the result you're going to get. But you open your mouth about the best. It was on purpose. It was on purpose. Jeff Sims or Stetson Bennett. I mean, that's easy. I mean, Sims lost his starting job at what? Wisconsin. I had to transfer out. Maybe that wasn't a good call. I lost viewers over that. But you know what? I got to be me. I got to be me. I am who I am. I'm him. I'm him. This is how we have to. I stand on business, man. I stand on business. Justin Thomas or Haynes King, you cannot compare the two of them. Cannot compare the two of them. You can't compare a triple option quarterback to a mobile quarterback. I never wash my hands. I got a clean wiener, bruh. Ain't no need. It should be the cleanest thing on your body. Why do I need to wash my hands for? I haven't washed my hands in a year. Is what it is. Is what it is. All right. True freshman quarterback coming in for Ohio State. Number 13 dual threat quarterback in last year's class. He's thrown 5 passes this season. And they're changing people's numbers around to accommodate it. I do like that he's wearing a quarterback number, though. That's a lot easier on my eyes. All right, they'll hand it off from their own end zone. Maybe get a yard or two. Never say that, CJ. UGA fans have to go to the highest urinal. And we know why. We know why. The one that's the highest up on the wall. 2nd and 9 for Ohio State. 8 minutes to go in the second. They'll hand it off again, and he'll get dropped for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Smart from Missouri's defensive coordinator. You got a true freshman quarterback in, bring as much pressure as possible, try and get him rattled, force him to throw the ball. Appreciate the $5 buzz. Says all time how good each quarterback was for the program. Thomas is above King right now. I'd agree with that, but King will finish as the best Georgia Tech quarterback of all time. Maybe. I hope he does. 3rd and 11. They'll hand it off again. Breaks off a pretty good run, but it'll still be short. They'll have to punt. Final score prediction, Ohio State wins 3-2. So I guess Missouri will get a safety, which means they wouldn't have an offensive touchdown or an offensive score. Where's my shoes? Where's my shoes? All right. I missed what happened with the punt, but I did hear that they have as many. There's been as many punts in this game as there have been first downs. Sounds like when we played Clemson. You don't have to say it. I know these sunglasses look fantastic. I know that. You think he'll surpass Gotze, but I don't know about Joe Ham. He's got to cut down the picks. He's got to cut down the picks to even be mentioned with those two. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. What if the game ended 7-3? ESPN would roll. They'd probably sue them for lost revenue. What do you guys think thus far? Will Missouri score a point before we hit halftime? Buzz with the $5. Appreciate it, man. Says stats show he's already top 5, so with him having 2 more years here, I think he can easily finish as the best. No, he definitely could. He definitely could. But like I said, he's got to cut down the picks. I can tell you're a Georgia fan. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? I know lots of Georgia fans that wear tech stuff everywhere they go. You're right. What about me as a Georgia fan? I can form a coherent thought, translate it to a sentence, enunciate the words I say. None of that screams Georgia fan. I don't gnaw on my shoulder at inopportune times. That was a losing comment, if I've ever seen one. Is it almost pizza time? 8 more minutes, right? 8 more minutes till pizza time. I'm not even putting a jacket on. I'm just going to run over there. Why are they so... They're obsessed. Oh, I guess they're saying he fumbled. That Brown kid did like a few series back. He's back out now on the exercise bike. More like a Washington fan. I don't know what a Washington fan looks like. A hippie, maybe? I don't know. You sound like a Vanderbilt fan. Golly, guys, stop assigning me to other teams. Stop trying to palm me off. Quarterback draw for Missouri. Picks up the first down. Man, this quarterback for Missouri is pretty fleet-footed. He's pretty quick. You have a 20-minute alarm set for the pizza? Yeah, they probably got it ready right now. That's his name, dude. That's his name. Don't you be bringing that in here. I will contact the WreckTalk HR department. 1st and 10 for Missouri now. Trying to get above midfield. It's going to be a play fake. A lot of pressure. Takes off running. Picks up about a yard. He went down a little awkward. What do you mean, whoa? I don't even know how to say BRXZY. No, it's not. What am I supposed to call him? What's going on, Mr. Rogers? 2nd and 9 for Missouri. About got him to jump off sides there. They'll hand it off. Right off tackle. Really good gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 2. Don't be bringing the R word in here. Who do you think is going to win it this year? I said Washington. Yeah, I think I like Washington this year. Third and 2 for Missouri. He's going to throw. He's got a lot of time. Gets out of the pocket. And he will throw it out of bounds. Be 4th and 2. Man, Missouri's struggling. Tobias with the $2 says, your pizza is ready. 20-minute alarm has gone off. I appreciate it, Tobias. As soon as we hit a commercial break, I'm going to get some pizza, baby. I'm going to eat it. Y'all want to see a fat guy eat an entire pizza right in front of you? Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You want your $5 back? You can probably dispute it. I mean, that's fine. Can you take your super back? There's got to be a way to do that. I can't do it. All right, Missouri looks like it's going to take a timeout. Do an ASMR. Man, that is one of the bizarre, like the mukbangs and like the ASMR stuff. My ex-wife used to listen to ASMR stuff to go to sleep. And so she'd have it on her phone listening to it. But when someone's talking softly, all you hear is hard consonant sounds, which means all I heard trying to go to sleep was and it was annoying. You're a Longhorns fan? Well, I'm glad to have you in here, man. Look, Ewers is coming back, right? So, Texas is set to... Oh, we're on a commercial break. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Don't say anything crazy in the chat. Oh, I need my keys, or I won't be able to get back in. All right, we're back. We're totally back. Look at this thing. It's like Ohio State's still got their third string guy in. Sorry, guys. I ran over there as quick as I could. I just did more running than I've done in a decade. Third and 6, Ohio State's going to go empty set. Big surprise, no one scored while I was gone. They're going to run a quarterback draw. Oh, and that quarterback takes a huge shot. That's dumb to me, play calling. Be fourth down. See what we got. Appreciate it, Tobias. That looks pretty good, right? Now, I don't feel like you can judge me for eating this entire thing, because this is a small, so it's like half as big as a large, right? So that's totally okay. All right, Ohio State to punt on 4th and 4, deep out of their own territory. And Missouri will get it about on the 32. Okay. 51-yard punt for the Ohio State. Let's see what we got. That's that good stuff. That's that good stuff. I don't feel bad because I didn't miss anything. I left, Missouri had the ball and no one had scored, and I came back, Missouri has the ball and no one scored. All right, 1st and 10 for Missouri. They'll hand it off. Maybe 2 yards. Do a food challenge? Like what? Sea-Dog and I talked about that, actually. I'd order 5 more and eat them all. Y'all would have to donate money for that. Because that would be like, 5 more pizzas would be like $100. Second and 8, they'll hand it off again. Get about another 2 or 3 yards. ESPN is rolling over in their grave, except they're not dead. Third and 6 for Missouri. It's a little bit spicy. I like it. No pineapple on this. That's absurd. All right, 3rd and 6. Can Missouri convert a 3rd down? They're going to throw. Got plenty of time. Leaves the pocket. Throws downfield. And complete. 4th and 6. Ohio State's just got a nasty defense, I think. Mukbang time. I'm the after photo of that avocado guy. I'm what happens when you mukbang for a year straight. Missouri to punt. It's the 7th time. Fair catch for Ohio State. That's dirty. So there was a little contact, but he didn't throw a fair catch sign until the absolute last second. I think that's kind of... You have to look at the context of what happened. Just checked. If the game ended now, it would be the lowest scoring game in Cotton Bowl history. Man, they're discussing it. I think you picked that flag up. If you don't fair catch it until the guy's already, like, right on you. He was pushed into him. What a turn of events. Not only is it not I can't say it. kick catch interference. It's a block in the back on Missouri. So Ohio State's going to get way better field position. That was dirty. That guy did that on purpose to draw that flag, but he got the flag. Uno reverse, baby. That's what you going to get. Half the pizza is gone, by the way. That's how quick this goes. Half of it's gone. First and 10 from like their own 7-yard line. 1:38 to go in the half. Ohio State will hand it off, and he is eaten up. 2 or 3 yard loss. Now, how did Ohio State get this good of a bowl with their backup quarterback and now their third string quarterback? I thought that was against the rules, guys. I thought that was against the rules. All right, I guess Ohio State. Was that Ohio State or Missouri took the timeout? Missouri calls the timeout. They want the ball back. We head to the top of the 5th as the Cincinnati Reds lead the Kansas City Royals 3-0. Yeah, this was like a baseball score. So it'll be 2nd and 13 after the timeout. And with that timeout, Missouri's saying, you ain't converting this. You ain't getting a first down. So they're going. Ohio State will take it from their own 4-yard line. Minute 33 to go in the half. They'll hand it off, and he's stuffed again at the 1. This might end up being 3-2, guys. Who said that? Was that you, Tobias? Another timeout for Missouri. It's going to be 3rd and 16. Ohio State's going to have it inside their own 1-yard line. Pushing and shoving it during the timeout. Oh, it's going to be a fight breaking out. Let's go. You don't want none of this smoke. Dropped your left. Don't be swinging on me when I'm eating my pizza. That's a mistake. I'll protect this with my life. Didn't Missouri put a 55 burger on LSU? They did. I think that's how good Ohio State's defense is. Going to town on this thing. Please be a safety, yes. Safety, safety. When was the last time you saw a halftime score of 3-2? All right. Ohio State's going to go Wildcat. They're inside their own 1. Minute 30 left. They just try and do a quarterback sneak, and it is getting chippy down there. They get maybe a yard at most. There's people getting ready to fight. Now there's a flag. It'll be interesting to see who this is on. Missouri guy's clapping like it's on Ohio State. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Number 15 of defense, Missouri. That'll give Ohio State the automatic first. Let's see what happened. It looks like they were both going at each other. And it's gone. You know I'd eat that whole thing before half, right? That's how I roll. See what happened. I don't know. I couldn't see what happened. Ohio State's just going to run the clock out with the Wildcat here. Oh, he's got a crease. Picks up about 15. Oh, they're going to fight again. Missouri is all the way turned up, if I had to say so myself. It would not surprise me if a major fight broke out on the way to the locker room. Bravo, Wreck. Yeah. Sea-Dog thought he could eat quickly until he ate with me. I said, don't open your mouth about the best. I'm going to shut it for you real quick. He messed around and found out. All right, 1st and 10, Ohio State. They're going to throw play action. And he scoops it up off the ground. Are they going to call it incomplete? Incomplete. And as always, when you wolf down an entire pizza in 5 minutes, you need some nicotine. Yep, 2nd and 10. It looked like it hit the ground to me. I would love a fight to break out. It would interrupt the boredom. They're going to throw again. Oh! Almost intercepted. The guy came back untouched. Tried to throw a screen. Is that not intentional? Oh, they're saying there was a receiver in the area. Okay. Yeah, guy came off the edge untouched. And, man, Ohio State's, if they're not careful, going to be on their 4th-string quarterback. Be 3rd and 10 for Ohio State. Missouri with no timeouts. You just take a knee here? Third and 10 for Ohio State. Timeout, Ohio State. Ohio State will have 1 timeout left. This is about to be the worst New Year's Six Bowl of the year, and Oregon is likely blowing out Liberty. It's not good. Three to nothing. I've had to change the score as many times as I've had to change the quarter during the stream. It's embarrassing. I do like Dirkowitz visor's pretty legit though. They need to lean into that. They're saying Pat McAfee's happy with all the punts. I think Pat McAfee would rather see some more offense, but all right, Ohio State's going to come back out for this 3rd and 10. 48 seconds left to go in the half. All right. They're going to throw. He throws it way downfield. Jump ball incomplete. This is some curious play calling. Throw a 50-50 jump ball with your 3rd-string quarterback after your 2nd-string guy just went down. Subjected your 3rd-string quarterback to unnecessary hits. I don't know what Ryan Day's thinking with that, but good defense by 19 for Missouri there, though. 4th and 10. We'll see our 27th punt of the quarter here. This is the 6th punt for Ohio State. They'll get the punt off. They'll let it bounce. Takes a pretty good Ohio State bounce. It's going laterally, and there's a Missouri guy just sprinting away from it. Ain't going to hit me. Do we know if Missouri uses catapult and watch their practices? That's a good point. Are they the ones who accused Ohio State that weren't named in the article? Who knows? .28 seconds to go. Missouri will get the ball. See what they do here. You don't want to turn the ball over. Get it on their own 21. Worse than Rams versus Patriots Super Bowl. This is something. Missouri's going to throw. He's got time. Takes off running. He'll slide. They'll have to take... Well, they don't have a timeout. They're going to have to hurry up here. 18 seconds. 17 seconds. He's going to have to throw this ball. He can't take off running. Complete. Almost gets them across midfield with 8 seconds left. They'll get it on the 48-yard line. Their own 48-yard line. Oh, my God. I would love to see this game tied up with the world's fattest kicker after I wolf down an entire pizza in 5 minutes. That'd be the best stream ever. Day calls a timeout here. 8 seconds to go. They can probably, if I'm Missouri, what I'm thinking is throw a deep out route to get me into field goal range. Evidently, this kid's hit like a 60-plus yarder, which means you probably need to get it to about the 40. You need to get this ball to about the 40. You need about a 15-yard play here to dial up, get out of bounds. Harrison Mavis. When you have a kicker that looks like me in pads, you've got something special. I'll tell you that. Man, they're playing way off of him, too. This doesn't make sense. There it is. 3 seconds to go. They'll bring out the field goal unit. 65-yard try. Ooh. Time for that thick kick, says Tobias. Thick kick. Thick kick. Slick Rick, thick kick. Big stick. My LP's coming out soon. The thicker the kicker, the longer the ball goes. 65-yarder for Refrigerator Perry here. No one has timeouts. How are they? There's a flag? Delay a game. Now it'd be a 70-yarder. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, now you just throw a Hail Mary. Like, their kicker's over there, like, stretching his leg, like, running up and down, and takes a delay a game. He's as dumb as he is fat, isn't he? Missouri's kicker. Like, is Jeff Collins their special teams coach or something? What is this? I would think he can get this into the end zone or very near it. There was even a timeout, and they did not have no one had a timeout. Oh, pressure! You got to throw it! You got to throw it! Throws it out of bounds. They get, so they take a delay a game that takes them definitely out of field goal range. It was already long. Then they allow Ohio State in a prevent defense rushing 3 to get a ton of pressure where he can't get a throw off. What are you doing, Missouri? What are you doing? His intelligence is inversely proportional to his weight. Yes, it might be inverse square law. They're interviewing Ryan Day now. We got to see what we can do with Lakin. Got a young guy in there. We're letting him get the crap beat out of him, but yeah. Ryan Day does not have a coach's voice. He sounds like he's going through puberty to me. Well, we can always score 3 points. I don't know what we're doing. Yes, that was Georgia IQ play. What did we just watch? What the hell did we just watch? 3-point game. Each team punted about 8 times. Delay a game to take you out of field goal range. And you allow Ohio State to get pressure with 3 in a prevent defense. Man, that was something. The delay a game was on the other side. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it came out of a timeout. So you know, okay, soon as we hit the pass to get us in field goal range, you think it should all be automatic. That's right, T-Branch. Watching me scarf down an entire pizza in 4 or 5 minutes was the most entertaining part of this stream. It was more entertaining than anything we saw on the field. There was more action in that. I'll have to go back and watch this stream. I went to town on that pizza. I assaulted that pizza. I took no mercy on that pizza. And there was a lot of adversity. You know, I have heartburn. Pizza was a little spicy. I had to overcome a lot of adversity to eat that entire pizza. Missouri is averaging 3.5 yards per play. Wow. They may have felt that the only chance on the field goal was 5 more yards, so they tried the offsides play. Didn't work. If you're trying an offsides play, though, you wouldn't have the kicker looking at his shoelaces stretching. My guess is that you never played. Okay. If I wasn't watching the stream, I wouldn't be watching the game. I'd probably be playing more Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 or any video game. I mean, hell, Off-the-Road Big Ridge Trucker is a more entertaining game than watching this. First half highlights. Wreck crushed a pizza in 5 minutes. And the powerful piss. Yes. Yes. Those are facts. I'm him. I'm him. I need more water. Potato Fear, shut up or I will ban you. I will ban you right now. In fact, you're gone. Bye. Gone. you're gone just like the offensive production in this game. See how easy that was? Make a new account and come back. Second half, Wreck eats an entire chocolate cake in less than 10 minutes. That would be tough, because then I would have to assault the toilet later. Buzz with a $10 says King needs to average 3,020 and a half passing yards, 19 and a half passing touchdowns, 3,531 total yards, 23 and a half total touchdowns over the next 2 years to beat Jones' all-time stats. He does that and maybe takes us to the ACC championship, and then he's a GOAT. You didn't miss anything. Like, people come in here to just try and irritate me, and I can tell. Like, I wasn't even breaking down plays or anything. You come in here saying, like, oh, you know, chat quarterbacks are cheap and all this, whatever. He's a guy that's sitting on his in his grandma's basement with Cheeto froth on his chest with a big thing of Vaseline and Pornhub on. Like I said, make a new account and come back, and I'll ban that one too. In fact, I'm willing to bet it was the same guy that was the Colorado guy. I guarantee you it's the same guy. The FBI is going to use this game as torture. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's such agony. You'd get people to admit to things they never did. You get people to admit that they killed JFK when they're not old enough. You'd have them admitting they knew where Jimmy Hoffa's body was, and they'd have no clue. I mean, Buzz, if he did that, he would crush all the records too, wouldn't he? I mean, how sad do you have to be like, man, my life sucks so bad, I'm just going to try and annoy people on a stream that are having a good time. Like, it's sad. Very little wiener. Very little penis. That's the requirement to do that. I mean, what's smaller? That guy's penis or the current score? Joe holds the all-time offensive record as a quarterback that a quarterback can hold. That makes sense because didn't he play all 4 years or he played 3 years? That's a good question. Yeah. Oh, man. Is this game going to end 3-0? Because Ohio State's on their third-string quarterback, but they also have a dominant defense, and even though Missouri's got a really good starter in. I assume he's their starter unless they had some opt-out. Did Missouri have an opt-out at quarterback? They can't do anything. He started all 4 years. Okay. People are trying to piss me off with my new jersey, and I got my comfy chair with the lumbar and neck pillow. Not doing it. If King can beat all his records in 3 years compared to Joe's 4, he's the GOAT. I would agree with that. Hold on. Hold on. Six to 3, 2 more field goals. Maybe. Maybe. 6 to 3 is likely. Hold on a second. What is your score prediction? In fact, let's take a poll. Let's start a poll. Let's do an over-under. No, not a QA. Let's do a poll. Over-under score for the Cotton Bowl. And let's put it at 14 points. No, let's put it at 14. Yes or no, will this game end with a combined score of more than 14 points? I don't think it will. I honestly think this game might end 10 to 3. That's my new score prediction. I think Ohio State will win 10 to 3. One of these bums will score a touchdown. Someone's got to score a touchdown eventually. Maybe that's a better question. Will we see a touchdown in this game? Make a new account now. Come back again. Looks like most of y'all don't think the over-under is 14. What was the over-under set on this game? Let's see. Cotton Bowl over-under. It had to be like 50. Let's see. Let's see. $49. The over-under for this game was 49 points. And we've now set it at 14, and people are taking the under. That's something. Are we more likely to see an offensive or defensive touchdown? Probably a defensive touchdown. That's the only thing we've seen is defense. Yeah, I'd vote defensive touchdown. How is Oregon State going to let Notre Dame do them that dirty? 40-something to 8? Wow. Who got in a fight? Oh, no. They're showing Clemson and Kentucky. I should have watched that game. That was an entertaining game if anyone's ever seen one. Especially with the way it ended. Maffa with 4 touchdowns, yeah. And I heard Pete talking like, they get Riley from TCU, and no one's happy with his play calling on the Clemson side. It'd be interesting to see what Clemson's over-under win total is next season with kind of the decline they've been in. 20-yard gain is the longest play of the first half of the Cotton Bowl. There's not been a single play of more than 20 yards. Wow. Kentucky threw that game hard. Didn't they fumble like every other play for like the last 10 plays? Joe threw 39 interceptions in 4 years. King better not throw that many in 3 years. He's on pace to do so. He's on pace to throw more than Joe did in 3 years. Stan Garner has Missouri winning 13-10. For a second, I thought you typed 13-0. I was like, I don't think that's possible. 13-10. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. All right. We'll stop the poll. Let's see. 63% of you say that there will not be more than 14 points scored in this half or in this game. I can't disagree with that. Can't disagree with it. BC Georgia Tech Jackets, who I haven't seen in the chat in a while, just posted, I don't know if it's a short or a video, worst looking college football stadiums, part 1. It's a short. All right, let's see. What's his worst looking college stadiums? Northwestern? Well, that's because they have the twirling wiener car wash. Any stadium that has that is not gonna look good. Maryland, Ball State. Number 5 is Hard Rock. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I guess part 2 he'll do the top 5 worst. Hard Rock Stadium is, I don't know, like if you've been, it's like being in a mall. Like, it doesn't feel like a sports venue. Imagine Missouri kicks a field goal to go into overtime 3-3. Then we see the highest ever scoring bowl game after 50 overtime scores. You just blew my mind, man. We'd have to stream then for like 8 hours straight. The game would be like 6 hours. That'd be crazy, though. That'd be insane. We go from the lowest scoring. What if it just happened in the second half? You know, the game ends like 70-something to 60-something. Did Missouri have any opt-outs? I don't know anything about it. Joe's first year threw 13 picks, then cut them down to 7. I think King can cut his down too. I definitely do. I definitely do too. It was just strange how he kind of regressed throughout the season. Whew, let's get this game back going. Let's see nothing happen again. I'll tell you what. See what's more interesting in the game. What is your favorite Christmas gift you ever got? When you were growing up, what's that one gift that you're like, this is the absolute bomb? Go. I'll tell you what it is for me before the game starts back. What time is it? 10 o'clock. What does this say about Michigan? They barely managed to beat Ohio State. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say though. But like it's tough to compare a team, a bowl, like the team that suits up for the bowl, because there's so many opt-outs. Like, this isn't the same Ohio State team that played Michigan, right? So you can't really compare them. This year, a 1990 Georgia Tech championship Coke bottle. Nice. Ever, probably the Wii back when I was in second grade. That was hype. I remember the Wii. In France, they call it the Yes. The Wii was lit. But what about the rest of you in the chat? Favorite Christmas gift you ever got? Wii's pretty good. And that, you couldn't find a Wii for like, Grateful. I feel like I know who you are, by the way. I don't know. I had a few. They were all video game related too. Did you get Twilight Princess with your Wii too? Mine was Nintendo 64. That was the thing when I was growing up in 96. 96 or 97. And that was when Super Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time. I played I had to learn how to read. I learned how to read due to those video games. Back in the day, video games didn't have voice acting. It was just text you had to read. And my mom wasn't just going to sit there and read what the game said. One year I got a Chief Osceola lamp where the spear was the light bulb. That was sick. That's pretty good. Wii Sports was lit. Wii Sports Tennis, where you could literally cut 90% of the court off on a shot, was awesome. Buzz with the $5 says, I will say King is on pace to destroy the all-time pass touchdown record. That's true. Total reception, total yards, and total touchdowns, but not the pass yards. That's because of the picks. It's true. I think he can get a lot better. He lowers the picks. He could be the GOAT. Stan Garner says, my first cell phone when I was 15. What was it? What was the cell phone? The cool thing about getting an N64 too is now all of the people that are my age are huge speedrunners now, and those games are the most popular speedrunning games. Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time. And those have like these insane, like you need programming knowledge to find out how they do this stuff. PS4 when you were 12. PS4 was lit. And I hate to take a hard stance here. I'm PlayStation over Xbox. And it's not even close. The first party PlayStation games, Horizon Zero Dawn, Bloodborne, they're lit. Bloodborne's my favorite game of all time, too. I had to get a PS4 for that. The reason I switched to PS4 was because of baseball games were on there. Tobias says, I just got a PS5. Dude, PS5 is lit. I have one right above me. You can't see it. I actually have, for my other channel, I mounted my systems right above my setup. I have a capture card, and then I have like a cable hider that runs all the way to my TV where I've streamed the games before. It's pretty sick. It was an iPhone XS Max. Nice. Ready for the new NCAA football? I'm ready, but I'm skeptical that it's not going to be Madden. I know they say it's not going to be Madden and it's an independent team, but guys, Madden Ultimate Team and FIFA Ultimate Team netted them like $4 billion last year. It's going to have that in it. And to me, like, Dynasty will suffer because of that. And they'll work it into Dynasty. We saw it with NCAA 14 where you could buy packs to make you better at recruiting in Dynasty mode and online Dynasty mode. I just hope it's not pay to win. Ohio State will kick off to start the second half. All right, let's change. We're in the third quarter now. I'm a good bit older than y'all, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was legit. And beating Mike Tyson was impossible. Like, you literally have to have frame-perfect inputs to counter some of Mike Tyson's offense, meaning there's 60 frames a second, so that's 1/60th of a second. You have to hit the button at the right time. All right, 1st and 10, play action, and a big sack. Ohio State. Big hit on Cook. Wow. No video games when you grow up, Turk? What was the first video game? Like Asteroids? Pac-Man? Man, he took a shot there. Imagine having your dynasty and all your players transfer because someone paid real cash. I bet you that will happen. 2nd and 19. They'll hand the ball off, pick up about 5. Man, they're still chippy down there. There will be a fight before this game ends. I'm calling it. Your first game was GTA 5? And that's a good case in point. Remember GTA Online when it started as opposed to what it became? Assuming you can do Online Dynasty just like Online Franchise, appreciate the $5 buzz. In Madden, we need to do one with the new game, you, me, whoever wants to be in, for sure. 3rd and 15, Missouri's going to throw. Throws deep downfield. Got a guy underthrown. Incomplete. What do you know? Another 3 and out, another punt. I'd take Pong as the first home video game system. There used to be video game systems that you'd literally have like an overlay you'd put on your TV, and you'd just move a little dot of light around. Lego Lord of the Rings, you literally can't buy that game anymore. Some of the Lego games slapped hard. Atari was your first video game. Atari was lit. 4th and 15, Missouri's going to punt. Big surprise. Didn't signal a fair catch, but he didn't get anything either. They'll get it on about the 42. Pong was the first video game for me. I'm old. Look, Pong is great. Pong's still fun. Lego soccer game on PS2. PS2 slapped. And I didn't have a PS2 growing up because I was Nintendo. Then I went Xbox, and now I'm PlayStation. What's going on, Coffee? Good to see you in here. 13:31 to go in the third. Ohio State trotting their third string quarterback out again. All right, let's see if Ohio State can add to this massive lead of theirs. Play fake, throws downfield, got a man open, complete, and he gets rocked, but he stays on his feet. Looks like it either hurt his hand or knocked the wind out of him. Ugh. 25-yard gain, but he got stuck when he caught this ball. I don't know if he hurt his hand or got the wind knocked out of him. We'll have to see. Mojo says his first was Turtles in Time for Super NES. That game was hard. That water level with the electric algae was impossible, but a good game. Battlefront 2 on PS2. Yep. That one's good. Tobias says his wife has thousands of hours on Mario Kart Wii and a similar amount on 8 Deluxe. I'm going to start streaming Mario Kart 8 on my other channel. I'm going through Horizon now, and I'm capturing gameplay footage. Yeah, Turtles in Time was great. Rick, we have to all mutually agree to send UGA to the dumps, but wait, who will claim Georgia Tech? Will spend, to be fair. If I can't get it, I'm going with FSU and going independent. Talking about in like dynasty mode. Some of the most fun I've ever had playing a video game was starting with Georgia State and NCAA 14 because they were the worst team in the game. They had 60s all around, and building them into a powerhouse, moving them into a conference. I'd always move them to the ACC, and I lost a lot of sleep playing those dynasties. Like playing the dynasties where it forces you to retire. It was at 65 that it forces you to retire. It was kind of broken, though. I found that if they show you a cover 3 look and then you audible to 4 verts, they'll play press, and there's like a 50-50 shot you'll just shuck the DB off the line of scrimmage. You'll have an easy touchdown. So I had to force myself not to do that. Bought it on 120 on Amazon. Love it so much. I have I think I have 2 copies of NCAA 14. An all-time great game, yes. But do you not agree you could see the aggressive monetization starting in that game? I mean, this was before we had loot boxes and card packs and all that back in 2013. You could buy you could buy the jerseys. I didn't have a problem with that. But you could also buy like starter packs. And one of them was your training always happens as if you're a 6-star school and you recruit like that, which is pay to win. I don't think Oklahoma's ready for the SEC after losing in the bowl with the quarterback. We'll see. A lot of people probably thought that about Texas up until this year. Uh-oh. Reverse pass. I think you guys lost me for a second there, but it was a reverse pass, incomplete. Throwing the gadget plays out, try and get something going on offense. Tobias says he played one where he started with Akron as OC for 4 years, then moved to Kent State as head coach, then BAM OC for 2, then NIU as head coach for 4 years, then Georgia Tech and 1 mini championship. I have a comment on that after we get to the next break. Ohio State runs a little option, picks up 2 yards maybe. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Rinse and repeat. Keinholz. See if he can muster something here. 12:40 to go in the 3rd. It's going to be 3rd and 8. They'll throw. Ton of pressure. Just throws it right up in the air out of bounds. What do you know? Another 3 and out. Someone injured for Missouri. All right, the thing that was frustrating with NCAA 14 as a Tech fan is the triple option was way overpowered, and Paul Johnson never left Georgia Tech, and they were always a top 5 team. And they recruited like that too. So you'd have to manually move him out of head coach to coach Tech. 4th and 8, they're gonna kick a field goal. It hits the upright. No good. Ohio State tries a field goal. It hits the left upright. No good. Wow. I love how this game is so boring. We're talking about a 10-year-old video game. You guys remember in NCAA 14 when you could ice the kicker and you'd get that result? Unless you had a certain stat boost for your head coach where he never got iced. Oh, man. I use the mods that update NCAA 14 to modern rosters. Yeah, so you've got a cracked system. Revamped is great. And evidently they've hired some of the modders to work on the new NCAA 14 game from Revamped. I'm just still skeptical that there's not going to be aggressive monetization. Like, I can already see in Dynasty, like, hey, $5, you can sign a 5-star recruit. Yeah, you get $5 booster, you can sign a 5-star recruit, insta commit. I'm telling you that's going to be in the game. So the score remains 3-0. You just down updated rosters. I couldn't figure out Revamped. Well, look, dude, you've got to buy a crack system. Like, I looked through the tutorial to like mod your system to get Revamped, and it is not trivial at all. You literally have to scrape part of the motherboard off on the underside to reveal a pin, and then you have to solder wire, and you have to know what resistor to use to get the right, signal across it. Like, you have to dang near have an electrical engineering degree to do it. You need a pretty beefy PC to emulate it. It's infinitely easier to do with a computer. I need to buy a new one. I need a new computer. And whenever I buy a new computer, I spend like $3,000 on it. And then I have it for like 10 years. Because I just came out with AM5. I want AMD processor with the new AM5 socket. I want a 4000 series graphics card. Whatever the best processor is that's, reasonable. And 256 gigs of RAM. Missouri runs it right up the middle for about 3 yards. All right. Let's see if we can get a score here. Man, if you're watching women's basketball instead of this game, yeah, will this revitalize the WNBA? Second Nate from Missouri, they're going to throw. He's got times completed. Only about a yard or two, though. Hashtag the Cotton Bowl saved the WNBA. $11:38 to go in the third. Still 3-0. We've had to have seen 20 punts by now. All right, 3rd and 6 for Missouri. I can't remember the last time they converted a third down. I don't know if they've converted one yet. He's going to throw. He's got pressure. Takes off running. And he will convert it. Picks up about 15 or 20. Gets across midfield. Wow. Oh no, the WNBA is crying now. This is becoming slightly more interesting with a third down conversion. Brady Cook is 6 for 13 for 30 yards. Oh, snapped it over his head. He just has to fall on it. They take about an 8-yard loss. WNBA is greater than the Cotton Bowl. Question for the chat. How many dunks in the history of the WNBA have there been? Take a guess. 2nd and 18. 2nd and 18 for Missouri now. So they convert a third down and then completely crap the bed. The very next play, it's not 0. It's way more than 0. So he'll complete a flat route for about a yard. 37, I think it's 30. I could be wrong. You might be right, Buzz. It's definitely less than 40. And that's like in 40 years. So they've averaged less than one dunk a year in its history. And I think Shaq had a good point. Why don't you lower the goal a foot to from 10 feet to 9 feet? Oh, you looked it up? How many dunks have there been in the WNBA in its 40-year history? 3rd and 16 for Missouri. They'll throw. He's had time. Gets sacked. How many sacks is that now? Wow. All right, so it will remain 3-0. I mean, think about what's happened in this game, guys. We're so bored of this game. We're talking about how many times a woman has dunked a basketball in the history of the WNBA. Yeah, if you like defense, this is the best game of all time. 4th and 23. Missouri will get the punt off. 8:45 to go in the quarter. And they'll get it on the 25. So Ohio State will take over on the 25 with 8:39 to go. But there's a flag. All right. The offense was fun while it lasted. Yeah, it was. Let's see what the flag is. I saw two people tangled up rolling around. Holding on Ohio State, so they'll have even worse field position. They'll get it on their own 15 now. We do need a punt counter. Can someone figure out how many punts there have been? We're gonna add that on our stream here. I need this punt counter. That's a great idea. What should the outline color be? We'll make it like tech blue. Ask and you will receive. Maybe we, oh crap. We'll put it right here. Can someone calculate how many times, maybe if I go on ESPN, if I look at like the box score, there's been 14 punts. Is that right, Buzz? It's got to be more than that. ESPN says 14. Okay. Well, I believe you then. I believe you. All right, punt counter. We have, what? Almost 5 times as many punts as points now. This is amazing. Texas Tech had the record in 39. All right, 14 punts. So, we're going to have more punts than when we thought the over-under score was going to be at halftime. This is kind of hard to see. Let's put it up here. And I don't like that background color. Should we make it black? We need it to be bigger. There we go. Boom. I keep messing stuff up. Where does it need to go? We'll just do it like this. We're just going to do it like that. Offensive player of the game, the punter. They're going to have to ice both these punters' legs. They might have to have surgery on their legs, both of these punters, after the games. No one has ever been through anything as rigorous as it pertains to leg athletics as these two poor young men have been through. They've combined for 638 yards of punts. Is that true? Is that true? If that's true, we're about to do a new stat line. All right, Ohio State will take over on the 15, hand it off, and get about a yard loss. Wow. Okay. So, this is what we need, guys. You're seeing me edit in real time now. Paste duplicate. How many yards was it? 638. All right. That's great. That's great. Ohio State will hand it off again, breaks one tackle, picks up about 3 yards. So, the most exciting thing of this game has been 14 punts, pointing that out, and 638 yards of punts. God, if you're a punter, you got a Woody watching this game. Ohio State will run it again. They'll pick up the first down. Oh my God, they convert a 3rd and 7. 77 punts is the record. How do you punt 77 times? So they punted like 38 times apiece. What's the over-under on punts tonight? 20? I mean, how many average possessions do you have in a game? Jeez. First and 10 from Ohio State now from their own 29. They'll do a little toss sweep here. And they'll pick up about 8 or 9. They better not screw up now that I got punt yardage and punt counter on here. They better not make that not as fun to talk about. I'll be pissed. Unavailable Buckeyes. Their quarterback, their best wide receiver, another wide receiver, Chip. They got 2 out to injury and like 4 or 5 starters out to portal or opt-outs. We can hear Vegas laughing. Texas Tech punted 39 times. Wow. They'll hand it off again. Another big gain. Now Ohio State has crossed midfield. Now, how many times has one of these teams crossed midfield? We might need to track that stat as well. I'm about to call a backcourt violation. Do. I want to update my punt counter. 17 first downs to 14 punts. All right, little play action for Ohio State. Incomplete. Looked like a little play action screen they were trying to run. What will we end with? What will be the greater number in the stat book? First downs or punts? That Vegas needs to be listening because this is the lines they need to be putting out at this point. This is the kind of thing people are going to bet on during this game. Second and 10 for Ohio State. You're saying there's going to be more punts than first downs? Okay. They'll hand it off. It looked like a broken play. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be about 3rd and 10. Most yards on punts in a college football game is that 1,318? What was he punting 70 yards a punt and no one got a first down? Like, geez. I thought you might like to know that everyone sitting around me at the Gasparilla Bowl watches UNC Dog. Well, I appreciate it, man. That's good to hear. Hopefully I don't embarrass the Tech name as much as I think. Oh, huge pressure. Just has to throw it away. 4th and 10. Okay. Oh, boy. We're going to get to update the punt counter, baby. Guys, we need to get hype for this punt. I'm not updating until they punt. It could be... Now, if they block a punt, do we update the punt counter? I think we do. 4th and 10. They'll get the punt off. And he'll field it on the 5. I don't understand that. Like, even if they pin you on the 1, it seems like it's more likely to run into the end zone. 15 punts. 17 first downs. All right. This battle's something. The battle of first downs versus punts. Every Tech fan I know loves you. Well, I appreciate that, guys. I need to hear that tonight, actually. I need it. I got some shit going on right now. I'm all tied up in my head. It's going to be all right, but it's one of the reasons I streamed tonight. Setting aside all the joking, I needed to get out of my head and get on stream and talk to you guys and focus on something that wasn't my own BS. Because I've never had an issue in life You ready for the philosophy of rec? And I've never had an issue in life that I obsessively thought about hard enough that I felt better about. Like, man, I'm really glad I obsessed about that. I feel like that was a good use of my time. 681. Okay, we got to update the yardage. Will we break 1,000? Are we going to break 1,000? Maybe we do. Add 43 punt yards. We got it. 681. How many yards of total offense? Because we probably will have more punt yards than we will total combined offense. Let's see. Let's go to the box score. How many yards of total offense do we have? Team stats. Oh my God. We have way more punt yards than we do offensive yards. Let me get my calculator out. So Missouri has 115 yards of total offense, and Ohio State has 139 yards of total offense. So now we're going to track that stat too. Let's dupe. Bring this down here. Total O. And I guess like every break I'll update it. What did I say, 254? Yes. 254. And again, that isn't for like Ohio State. That's combined total offense. Whew, this is something. I guess we also need first downs, too. We need to track first downs. 1st and 10, they'll run the ball, pick up about 4. Ohio State will. So let's copy this. All right, let's duplicate this. And let's do first downs. We need to probably swap them, though, but... How many first downs do we have? 17? Okay. Yeah, let's switch these two. All right. This is perfect. Thank you guys for making this way more entertaining than it has any right to be. It's 14 first downs? I thought it was 17. All right, 3rd and 8. Missouri's going to throw. Oh, hit the slant, and he gets rocked. It's going to depend on where they spot it. Looks like they're spotting him on for the first. Oh, wow, that's 18 first downs. Man, he got rocked. 1st and 10, Missouri. They'll hand it off. Gets a good hole, and he will get the first down, it looks like, too. Man, he took a shot. Yep, that's 19 first downs. Oh boy, this is messing up our betting line on this stuff. Oh, a flag. So as soon as we get some offense rolling, we need a flag. That's great. All right, I'll update our yardage too. 136 plus 139. All right, we've got 275 yards of offense now. Has the defense been that good or just poor offensive execution? I feel like it's both. 1st and 15, quarterback draw for Missouri. Picks up good yardage, and he might pick up the first down. He got hit a little bit late. No flag, though. Picks up 15 yards on the ground on the quarterback draw. That's really the only play that's worked all night for Missouri. Am I off by like 4 or something on my first down count? ESPN says 16 now? Okay. Is it 16 or 17? I feel like it's 17 since you typed that. All right, 1st and 10 Missouri. Play fake. Throws deep downfield. Got a man open. Caught! Inside the 20. The most explosive play of the game. That'll be another one. So it's 17 first downs now. Should be. Whew. 1st and 10 from about the 15 here for Missouri. Trying to score. They'll hand it off. They're hurrying up. And he's driving his legs. Gets 5 yards where it probably wasn't before. Man. All right. Man, the offensive yardage has been rolling since we've started this. And we'll get a timeout. It's under review for what? They're reviewing a run play. It looked like nothing controversial happened. What are they reviewing? Oh, they're looking to see if Ohio State had more than 11, and they did. I would absolutely chew that guy's ass for not sprinting to the sideline and pulling a penalty in a game where points are like precious diamonds. Is that a 5 or a 10-yard penalty? I guess even if it's only a 5-yard penalty, they still retain the down. 36 seconds left in the third. These guys just lackadaisically running off the field. They don't care. Illegal substitution. That's piss poor effort to get off the field by those Ohio State players. I would PT them till they wish they were dead for that if I was a coach. So it'll be 1st and 5. So basically, they get a free down out of that. Missouri does. Take a screenshot and send to ESPN for new TV dashboard. Copyright, of course. I need a lawyer. Do we have a lawyer in the chat tonight? 1st and 5 from Missouri from the 10. Another flag. Looks like a false start on Missouri. Yep. So we're back to 1st and 10. We've run one play, gained 5 yards, and it's 1st and 10. That's another interesting little weirdness of this game that's happened. 1st and 10 from the 15 now. These penalties in review have kind of killed their momentum a little bit. It's going to be a quarterback sweep here with Cook. Stays on his feet, gets rocked. Oh, and it looks like that hurt. Picked up about 7 yards. No, 9. Picks up 9, but he got stuck in the ribs there. Golly. Brutal hit. That's the end of the third. Whew. All right, let's recalculate our yardage. Is it even any different? It looks like it. 204 yards for Missouri, 139 total yards for Ohio State, with 3 quarters under our belt, so 343. You guys know I hate when people... Why do we do this? Why do y'all make me go through this every time? Like, I can forgive Reggie Ball for not knowing it was 4th down against Georgia that year with Calvin, because that's like bang, 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 bang. I can almost forgive that. We all know what quarter just ended and what quarter's starting. Why does every team do this? Is it a hype thing? Is it a Riz thing? I don't get it. And here's the thing with me. If I don't understand something, I get angry at it. I get angry at things I don't understand. That's why a lot of the younger people, lingo and vernacular upsets me because I don't understand it. You said it to annoy me. It's like my Papa Rec told me, "You trying to get a rise out of me, boy? You trying to get a rise out of me?" Did we get another first down too? Guys, I need fact checkers, stat checkers. Are we correct? 17 first downs, 15 punts. The top of the screen should be correct. I'm not so sure about the first downs anymore. What's going on, Mayhem? Are you enjoying this game as much as we are? 18 first downs? Okay. So we have 3 more first downs than punts and about twice as many punt yards as we do offensive yards. This is why you guys are great. We've made the most unentertaining game in history, maybe the most fun stream that I've done by myself. It's 347 total yards. Am I missing something? I mean, 208 and 139. Yep, it's 347. You're right. You're right. I never doubted you. We're going to see the second string quarterback for Missouri at some point. He's staying in the game. They got the ball on Ohio State 7. 2nd and 2 for Missouri. They'll run the ball. Touchdown! Oh my God, it's a touchdown! To open up the 4th quarter. I never thought I'd see it. Wow. How many yards did he pick up? 7? So it'll be 54? No. Yep, that's ball game, boys. That's Ohio State. It took them 3 quarters to score 3. And they'll hit the extra point. 7-3 now. And that should be another first down. That'll bring us to 19. Go for 2. It could mean the game. Yes. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Yeah, go for 2. That's 66% as many points as Ohio State has if you convert it. Whew. All right. So now we got 354 now. Oh. Missouri scored. It took 3 quarters, but it did happen. Nut. All right. I'm sorry, I had dyslexia, onset dyslexia for a second. All right, Missouri's going to kick this thing off. And it'll go in the end zone for a touchback. Buzz with a $2. Appreciate it, man. Says, hello, sir. Can you do a stat for red zone trips? 1? Is that true? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we can do a red zone trips. Can the Buckeyes answer? Hell no, they ain't going to answer. All right, one red zone trip. When's your album dropping? Soon. All right, Ohio State. Play fake. Got time. Throws downfield. Complete. Big completion. Still on his feet. Bring him down at the 50-yard line. Well, it's opening up now. As soon as I get all my stats that I didn't think I was going to have to update other than punt, offense starts going off. It's all right. It's all right. So that's 20. That's a 25-yard gain. So that should be 79. I'm going to do it in my head. We'll do it live. 1st and 10 from the 50. Ohio State throws again. Complete. 9-yard completion. It'll be 2nd and 1. How is SportsCenter going to recap this game? It won't take 15 seconds. Yeah, the highlights will be like 2 plays. All right, 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 for Ohio State. Their third stringers in the zone, baby. All right. Ohio State will hand it off. And he'll step out of bounds at about the 1. It'll be 3rd and 1. Can Ohio State convert after a big play? Remains to be seen. I bet they go for it. If they get stuffed 3rd and 1, I bet they go for it 4th and 1. All right, they're going to change the play. Go under center, quarterback sneak, and he gets it. Another first down. Oh, this should be 21. Blackjack. We've hit blackjack on the first downs tonight. And that's another 2 yards. Buzz with the $2 says, we might see the biggest comeback of all time. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. All right, he'll go under center again. 1st and 10. Play fake. Gets out of the sack. Takes off. Picks up about 3. Yep. All right, pick up a 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Ohio State. Got 12:38 to go in this game, guys. I'd like to trust Ryan Day starting to show in this youngster. Well, I mean, he hasn't scored, man. He's going to have to throw at some point. 2nd and 8, Ohio State. They'll hand it off, and he gets stuffed for a loss. Wow, he'll lose about 3. We're rolling backwards on our total O now. Third and 11, so I shouldn't have changed it. We're back to 381. So they're across midfield on the 40. Ohio State going to throw. Missouri bringing a lot of pressure. He throws complete. Incomplete. He drops it. It's going to be 4th and 11. Wonder what the Vegas line is on. Will there be another score? I'm giving Vegas all the ideas they need. Does Tech score more points against either of these teams? I think we'd have trouble with Ohio State. We'd definitely score more against Missouri than Ohio State is, but I don't think we could do it on Ohio State's defense. Maybe we could. Maybe we could. I'm just thinking back to how we struggled against Clemson's D. All right, we're going to have another punt. He takes forever to get the punt off. Fair catch. All right, guys, so now we have 16 punts. We don't get another red zone trip, though. All right, how many punt yards we got, guys? How many punt yards do we have now? How long was that punt? I'm relying on you guys. We would score 21. We still score 21 on Clemson. Yeah, but 2 of those scores came in garbage time. But we did score on Georgia's D more. 712. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with yes. Georgia Tech's offense could score more on both of these defenses than the respective offenses have. I will say yes. Let me check my yardage. 215, 174, 389. Okay, so we're at 389. I was off. So let's see, 389 over 712. So total, if you do a ratio of punt yards or total offensive yards to punt yardage, it's 54% as many offensive yards as there are punt yards. We'll call it 55, round up. Bus says I would go on a limb and say our bowl game team would beat Missouri and Ohio State's bowl game teams with players being out. Maybe. I definitely would say we would score more points. I mean, we might could. I don't know. Well, I definitely don't think we'll end up with more punts than first downs now because they'd have to punt at least 5 more times. But still, I'll be right back. I missed a play. 11:13 to go in the fourth now. So I was sad working for part of the Clemson-Kentucky game. I've got to watch all of this one. Yeah, well, I can take a guess at which one you would have rather watched. 2nd and 7 for Missouri. They'll hand it off again. And he'll get about 5 yards just clawing for every one of them. This will be 3rd and 1 for Missouri. Missouri's going hurry up. They'll hand it off again, and he'll pick up the first down. All right, that's 22 first downs now. You deserve DC after all this wreck. I'll do it for half of whatever you're offering, whatever you're paying share. All right, 1st and 10 for Missouri now. Missouri going to throw and sacked. Another big hit. Jeez. 8-yard loss. Now that's 6 sacks for Ohio State, 3 sacks for Missouri. They blitz a corner here, or they blitz their nickel? Got to pick him up. A sack counter? Guys, this is getting out of hand. You're making me do things on the fly here. Second and 17. There's a flag. Free play. Complete. You got my attention drawn, and there's a big offensive gain. Yeah, he fit that right in between 2 guys, man. Heck of a play. 1st and 10 for Missouri now. So we're at 10. Y'all all took the under on 14. Got the ball in their own 45 now. Missouri 1st and 10, about 9 minutes to go in the 4th. That's another first down, too. Missouri will hand it off. Schrader gets to the outside, nearly a first down. Gets about 8 or 9. And there's a flag for a late hit. Man, you can't do that in a game like this. Starting next year, do you think many players that are on any of the 12-team playoffs will opt out? Yes. I think there'll be more than people think there will be. So tack on another 15 yards. That doesn't count as a first down, though. I don't count that as a first down. Is this a late hit? I think that's kind of a Mickey Mouse call. That's a BS call, in my opinion. That's a BS call, man. Ohio State got screwed with that one. 100%. 1st and 10, though. They're across midfield. They'll hand it off again and stick there. That Missouri running back picks up about 1. His foot was still in bounds when he hit him. What a horrible call. I don't like that call. Second and 9, he almost picks up a first. Got tripped up. Like it wasn't a late hit. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Hannah. That's an absolutely awful call. Man, if I'm an Ohio State fan, I am livid over that call. How do you throw a flag on that, man? 3rd and 1 for Missouri now. They got to get out of this with points. Third and 1, Missouri will hand it off, and he's going to be short. No gain. 4th and 1. You got to hit the field goal. You got to hit the field goal. Ohio State defensive lineman coming off gimpy. Go Balance says, I'd think opting out would be more likely with 5 through 12 teams in the top 4. It depends. I mean, if you're a first round pick, you might still opt out. They're gonna go for it here. I don't agree with this call. I do not agree with this call. Timeout. They're gonna take a timeout. Buzz, I thought the same thing. Imagine they hit the field goal and it ends 13, and I look like a genius Vegas line setter because it'd still be under. Am I going to look like a genius? We'll see. Let me check my first downs. I'm going to check the yardage. So 268 total yards for Missouri. It's 24 first downs. 442 total yards, 24 first downs. Are they in the red zone? They're not in the red zone, though. Did anyone opt out from this year's 14 playoff? I don't know. I'm not sure. I bet some did, though. Us out of it? Just out of it? What are you talking about? Let's see. Michigan opt-outs. I'm looking at all the opt-outs of big bowls. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. FSU involuntarily opted out of the playoffs. Yeah, it wasn't their choice. They were opted out of the playoffs, though. And then they opted into a lawsuit with the ACC. Yeah, we'll opt out of the playoffs and opt into a lawsuit. If FSU beats Georgia tomorrow, I'm delivering a trophy to Tallahassee. That would be one of the... That might be the biggest upset of the year if Florida State beats Georgia. Because Florida State has had like 10 opt-outs. Or portal players, opting out. I'm a Hurricane, and even I felt bad for the Seaman holes. They got hosed objectively. I mean, they definitely got screwed. Any argument you make for Alabama has to start with, yes, Florida State did get screwed, though. Missouri's going to go for it still. If you don't get this and you lose this game, you're going to look dumber than me, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do. They're going to come in with a two-back set. Motion a wide receiver down. Fake the toss sweep, and they will get it. They'll convert it. Oh, is Cook okay? He took a shot. It looked like on his hand, but it looked like it was his non-throwing hand. Plus 1 yard. Okay. 443. Ball game. That's game. That's ball game. All right, 1st and 10. We might see a red zone trip now. Missouri runs it. Gets the outside. First down. First down and a red zone trip. Oh, my God. 1st and goal for Missouri. That's two red zone trips. All right, they're going to go hurry up. They'll hand it off again. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second. Picks up about 4. Red zone trip number 2. Didn't Old Spice, didn't they sponsor the red zone? Do I have my Old Spice? Old Spice red zone trip number 2. All right, 2nd and goal from the 7 for Missouri. Oh, play fake. They'll throw. Touchdown, Missouri. Touchdown, Missouri. It'll be 14-3. Well, it's over. We're now over our point total. How can you hate Miami here in almost 2024? Back when I went there in 89, I can understand the hate. Oh, it's because I've been terrorized by some Miami fans. And I hated the city when I went there. That was why. For me. I don't really have a problem with them at this second. All right. 14-3. 17 total points. All right, what do we got our yardage at now? Touchdown Tim is my favorite football journalist. Have you noticed, by the way, Go Balance, do you know about Touchdown Tim? The greatest thing Miami's ever produced? 291 plus 170. 465 total yards. $26 first downs. Well, hold on. Did I calculate wrong? 291 plus 174 is 465. Oh, bro. I'm going to send you a link to a video because I can't do it justice. Let me see if I can find it. Touchdown Tim is the greatest Miami journalist in the history of the world. I'm going to link you a video in the chat. It's a little bit longer. When you have time, watch it. And just trust me that it's worth it. It's 1,000% worth it. Let me find it. I'm just looking for the thumbnail with the illumin. There it is. There it is. Don't be intimidated that it's 46 minutes. The title of the video, and this is from a Touchdown Tim article, is Breaking News, Miami Lost to be reversed due to new evidence of the corruption of refs, CTE, AOC, and more. And that's not a clickbait title. All of those things are covered by Touchdown Tim. All of those things are covered in his article. We're huge fans. I have a shirt. Let me see if I can find his shirt. I do. I actually just got it out of the wash. If you don't know who Touchdown Tim is, this is Touchdown Tim. Okay? Look at this face. This is if anything is Miami, it's this guy. All right? And then on the back of the shirt he sent me, sports writer, Miami Canes. It's got his Twitter handle, and the U is back. All right, you've gotta check this guy out. Okay, especially if you're a Miami fan. Nice soup catcher? What are you talking about? What's a soup catcher? Are you calling me fat? Oh, you're talking about his mustache. I'm not sensitive. I knew he wasn't talking about me. I'm not sensitive at all. God. Whew. Yeah, the mustache. I got it now. He started DMing this attractive LSU fan. He has a whole list of fans, female fans of other teams, like most attractive fans of rival teams. He hits up this LSU fan in Twitter DMs. And he's like, hey, basically, like, let me know if you need anything. Timmy Claus will get it for you. And she's like, well, what's your budget? And she's like, well, he says it's about $500 is the most I could spend without my wife finding out. She goes, okay, well, I just want like one or two things. One of them's a little bit above $500. So he just hits all these women up. One of them just has enormous breast, and that's her whole profile picture. He loves that girl. She's a Miami fan. On his Twitter, he posted a video of a tailgate for when y'all played Virginia, and it's literally naked women grinding up at a public tailgate. And Touchdown Tim sees that and says, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for my next tailgate. He posts pornography on his Twitter. One of his favorite Miami fans is literally a porn star. I pulled it up on the channel without knowing that's what she was. And then, like, Brazzers is on as, like, on her profile and stuff. And don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. You 1,000% know when I said Brazzers what I was talking about. All right? You can lean over to your wife and say, yeah, I have no idea what Reck's talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Game's not over yet. What's Brazzers? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You know exactly what that is. You got 1 terabyte of Brazzers on your computer right now, and don't you lie to me. Either way, I would imagine Touchdown Tim's a fan. One of their performers, one of their models, is his #1 Miami fan. And I don't even think she's a Miami fan. He just looked at her bio and noticed that she's listed as being from Miami, because every adult actress is completely honest about where they're from and what their name is and stuff like that. All right, back to the game. So I hope that I've piqued your interest. Go balance, or go. What's your name again? Go balance. Yeah. She's not a Miami fan. She's a recruiting tool. That's a pretty powerful recruiting tool. If I went on a recruiting visit and they're like, "You see that chick over there?" I'd probably sign. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Ohio State. 5:12 to go in this game. They're down by 2 scores. They'll throw complete, first down. And he's still on his feet. Picks up about 15. You're crying? Because you know I'm telling you the truth. Why are we talking about porn websites? Because Touchdown Tim, well, first of all, how'd you know it was a porn website? That's really the question you need to be asking. Don't come at me with this moral superiority. You know what this was going to go to when we started talking about Touchdown Tim. Ohio State throws again, complete. No, it's dropped. Yeah, it's 11-12. All the kids are in bed. Let's be for real. I never said it was a porn website. How did you know that? Is there a new Touchdown Tim? I don't think so, and I checked. He did say I could write an article for him about the Michigan cheating scandal, which I do plan to do. 2nd and 10 for Ohio State. Flag. Had Touchdown Tim broken the silence since the bowl embarrassment? False start for Ohio State. No, but he posted on Twitter some interesting things. I never brought up XVid, dude. So don't come to me about why are you talking about this. You're giving your top 10 sites on my chat trying to shame me. Would a single, say, 45-year-old major college head coach get in trouble for doing 21-year-old co-eds? It depends. It depends if you're married, and on a lot of other things I don't really want to go into. All right, 2nd and 15 after the penalty for Ohio State. 4:41 to go. Missouri will take a timeout. Lena Rhodes is a UGA grad. Man, you know, not only do you know all the sites, but you know these girls' backstories, man. I feel like you got some splaining to do tonight. Did you know she drives a Ford Bronco and it has this license plate on it? I haven't been following her or anything. I just know these kind of things. I'm just interested in the lore. It's the lore I'm interested in. Does the average college head coach actually teach classes? No, none of them teach classes. Only people that teach classes are high school coaches. I opened this can of worms. I'm sorry. We all know who Mia is. 2nd and 15. Ohio State will hand it off. Pick up about 6. Do any college head coach teach classes? No, none of them do. It wouldn't be a teacher-student issue. 3rd and 8, they're going to hurry up. Ohio State's going to throw complete. Breaks one tackle. He's going to be short. He's going to be about 2 yards short. Honestly, if you're 50 and you're with a 21-year-old, we all kind of like go, ugh, though, don't we? 4th and 2, they're going to hurry up. Throw, complete. They'll convert it. 4 minutes to go in the 4th. They've got to score, and they got to score in a hurry. Who is Mia? I know she wears glasses sometimes. First and 10 for Ohio State. They're across midfield now. About 3.5 minutes. They got to score twice. Ton of pressure. Throws it. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ohio State's running out of time. Imagine doing that because your career is over. You stop making money because everyone knows you were a P-star. Well, imagine having kids and knowing that's out there, too. That'd be rough, wouldn't it? If that was your mom, having to yell that out of your head every time you had a long car trip. Ah! If I'm the 50-year-old, you and everyone else can go ahead and say, and I wouldn't care in the least. No, I'm with you, 100%. I've never had the opportunity. Oh, free play. No, they're going to blow it dead. Missouri's horribly offsides. Ohio State will pick up 5 yards, retain the down. Who is Mia? Mia's a very talented actress. Very talented. 2nd and 5. Nah, bro. The kid's going to be traumatized, bullied to hell. You imagine being on the playground, or not in the playground. Hold on a second. 2nd and 5, Ohio State. 2nd and 5. Ohio State will throw. They're going to run a screen. Incomplete, though. It'll be 3rd and 5 with 3:20 to go in the 4th. Could you imagine, like, in high school being at the lunch table and someone pulling out their phone and they're like, bro, is this your mom? Is this Mrs. Hadley? 3rd and 5, Ohio State. Ton of pressure. Balls. Is that a turnover? Rolling on the field's a fumble. They're going to have to review it. I'd have to go see the counselor, I think. And if you're the counselor, how do you handle that? WreckTalk only fans win? I don't know if they're going to overturn this. They're gonna review it. What is this, chat? Mike says Mia's overrated. I'd have to agree. It's not my go-to. I'm a Missouri fan, and I'm ready for this game to be over. Yeah. Definitely a fumble. Yeah, that's a fumble. His arm is moving forward, but he don't have the ball in it. I haven't been able to go on these live streams lately, says Mid, and I wanted to finally get back in the loop tonight. But from my POV, I pull up the live chat, and I hear y'all talking about this. Well, I mean, once we get past 11 o'clock and I'm kind of tired, I mean, who knows what I'll say. I'll drink Coke and Pepsi. It don't matter. Back when you were a kid, people wouldn't know whose moms were stars, but in 20 years, it's confirmed it's going to be a fumble. In 20 years, they have the technology being so advanced, I feel bad for the next generation. Yeah. Yeah, but Christmas will be lit. Your mom would have money. Last coach I knew that taught class was Jim Herrick Jr. when he coached at Georgia. His test was ridiculously stupid. How many points is a three-pointer worth? Yeah, if a college coach teaches a class now, that's like, you need to investigate. I know you're talking about, yeah, he's a basketball coach. 1st and 10 for Missouri. After the fumble, they'll run, pick up about 4 yards. Does that count as a sack? I guess not. You're right. We do need to drink Coach. So we have, we still got 28 first downs. I'll update the yardage in a second. We haven't had a punt in a minute. This is crazy. 3:09 to go, 2nd and 7. Missouri has the ball after the turnover. Just Christmas. Yeah, you probably get anything you want. Your mom would pull up, pick you up in a Porsche that you couldn't trust sitting on any of those leather seats in. All right, 2nd and 7 for Missouri. 3:09 to go in the fourth. Now run it again. And he'll pick up a first down and then some. Just keeps churning his feet. Tough run. That gives us 29 first downs. Man, he wants to win this one, doesn't he? 294, 203, 497 on the yardage now. To be fair, from my point of view, as soon as I pulled up the chat, I hear y'all talking about these websites. Yeah, I'm sorry. They'll run it again, get no gain. Missouri run it again and get no gain. Pretty alarming. So tell me, who do you think is the most talented actress? I don't know. I feel like you're setting me up for failure for, like, I'm not going to, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. I'm going to get this clipped. I'm going to get in trouble. More yards and points in the fourth than the first or the third. It's 5:08 now. Okay. Mike thinks Lena Rhodes has a lot of natural talent. Retired unexpectedly. 2nd and 10 for Missouri. She was a 5-star. Oh my God. 2nd and 10. Missouri run it again. Pick up good yards. They're just turning the clock out. I saw an Ohio State guy just come in with a soup bone. Ohio State will take their last time out with 2:17 to go. It's not looking good. They still got to score twice in 2 minutes to get the ball back. Ryan Day, where's Lou Holtz now? It's Ohio State against the world. Somewhere, Lou Holtz is laughing and smiling and also drooling. I like them older chicks, man. That's what I'm into. What's that girl, Love? Something Love? Make that 2 yellow M teams that sprinkled Ohio State this year. 3rd and 5. They'll run a little option, a little read option. They'll be yards short. It'll be 4th and 1. Clock will keep rolling. It'll go under 2 minutes now. Can that be my first, like, consistent advertiser is one of these sites? I would do it. I would do it. That doesn't sound good, Go Balance. I hate this guy. His disabilities annoy me. I hate people in wheelchairs. Like, I have to wait. I walk behind them and they're slow. It's like what you're saying about Lou Holtz. OSU won a title with a third-string quarterback one time, but Day can't even put a touchdown on the board against Mizzou. Them are facts. Lou Holtz's speech impediment doesn't bother me. The stupid things he says are troublesome. Damn, y'all are running down. Where's Touchdown Tim in the chat? I mean, he'd probably have a top 50 of all time. Minute 34. This game is pretty much over. Yeah, Stan knows. Stan's got a few hard drives dedicated, and it's all under tax returns 97, isn't it? Thought I wouldn't know. 4th and 1. Missouri goes for it. They get it. Hell, they might score. They pick up about 20. And they hit the ref. Knock the ref right on his neck. You sure hope Florida State beats UGA. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Reflex Point says, I hate both these schools. Ohio State feels so entitled, and they didn't beat anyone all year. Missouri, overrated SEC school. That'll be the ball game. They can knee the clock out now. That'll be it. So I still think I set a pretty good over-under point total at the half. It ended up being 17. I set it at 14. Half of FSU's team's not playing. True. All right, let's see what we ended up with. 333 yards for Missouri, 203 yards for Ohio State. So we end with 536 yards. 536 yards of total offense. 30 first downs. We still had way more punt yards than we did on total offense. 17 total points. Yeah, this evening definitely did take a turn. All right, well, Missouri will win the Cotton Bowl. First New Year's Six bowl appearance, and they win it over the Ohio State University. Derkowitz has got to be happy. And look, even though I don't really want SEC team to win, I said at the beginning of the show, I was kind of pulling for Missouri. I like Derkowitz. Almost more punts than total points. Yeah, that's true. We had one less punt than total points in the game. Does this get Day fired, or is he gone when Michigan beats them again? I don't think you can fire Day after this year, especially with a 12-team playoff coming up. If you fire Day, like, who are you going to hire? That's the thing a lot of people don't consider when it... Like, they don't get what they want even though they're winning 9-10 games a year. Well, fire this guy. Okay, well, who are you going to hire that's going to do that or better for you, though? And if you can't do that and you fire your coach, you're going to look like an idiot. Lowest score ever in the Cotton Bowl was 0-0. When was that, like 1952? The beard doesn't win. Man. Never understood the conference fandom. Well, I want the ACC to perform well because that makes my team look better. But yeah, I don't have the same fandom that like an SEC guy does. But I want the ACC to do well. And yeah, I despise most of the other teams of the ACC too. North Carolina. Clemson's the one that's our rival, but I don't really have a beef with them. Don't like Miami, don't like Florida State. Don't have a problem with Virginia. And Louisville guys were really nice to me this year, even after I talked a bunch of crap. They could have lied to McCord and said, are you starting next year? You went 11-1 this year, of course, yeah. Instead, he says, no positions are guaranteed. You got to earn it next year, McCord. 1947, LSU, Arkansas was 0-0. Well, hell, I was only off by 5 years. Woopig says, fire Day. So 11-2 for Missouri. If you fire Day, you're firing an 11-win coach and one of the two best conferences. I think that's kind of dumb. Did you see Paul Johnson nickname Jeff Collins the Minister of Bullshit? That's a great nickname. Yeah, he's good at that. Every fan of an SEC team except for Tennessee has no problem with Vanderbilt. I actually like Tennessee. Someone asked me a long time ago on a live show, like, what are teams that you're kind of partial to that you don't root for? Tennessee was like number one. How long is left in the game and what quarter? Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me update this. It's over. That's the final. Final. Missouri beats Ohio State. Well, guys, that was a fun stream. We ended this game with 30 first downs, 16 punts, which is one less than the number of points scored, which was 17, 2 red zone trips in this game. Or was there 3? Was there 3 with the last one? There might have been 3. 9 sacks, 536 total yards of offense to 712 total punt yards. What a weird game. What a weird game, but you guys made it fun. Why do I keep go balance? Go check out Touchdown Tim. I'll leave it in the chat again. Go watch this video. And I'll also link his WordPress website. He's a legit journalist with very conservative takes. Very well-rounded and well thought out. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll switch screens here. Let me make sure I'm not doxing myself. This is the latest article where he just laughs for like an entire paragraph with Florida State being left out of the playoffs. Pretty good article. My Noles need to prove they belong tomorrow. It's going to be tough. Was Mizzou that good, or Ohio State didn't seem like they even played that hard? Well, their quarterback opted out. Ohio State didn't play well. Even with their opt-outs and everything, I think anyone who's an Ohio State fan would tell you they did not play well. They're disappointed with how they played. Buzz with the $5 says, Ohio State saw the M on Mizzou's helmet and thought they was playing Michigan again. The bum-ass university. Damn. It's rough. Ohio State didn't try. That's what a lot of people say when they lose. I didn't try. It's like when you're on the playground and you race one of your friends and you lose. I wasn't even trying, though. You didn't really win. I wasn't trying. This was a miracle. Yeah. Guys, I hope you have a great night. It's 11:30. Appreciate all the super chats. If you haven't seen Touchdown Tim, go watch that video. Look at his WordPress website. The dude's amazing. And y'all have a great night. If no one's told you today, WreckTalk loves you.